La, la,
Hey,
la.
true believers, England team, and the whole gang is here. Alrighty. I was sick the last few days, didn't have any time to build up an auction. So Eric says, hey, why aren't we doing a reading? We're going to do a reading. We're finally going to tackle that AOC comic book that came out about 6 years ago. It's a bad comic beatdown, should be a lot of fun. Look at the faces on my friends here. It's like I'm putting them through some sort of torture. I don't know if I've got friends after this. I think I've lost all respect for MARANYA.
You mean from? You've lost all respect.
All
from
respect
MARANYA.
whatsoever. Yes, this is according to MARANYA, this is a drunk stream, and she better get paid. And she better get paid.
Hey, the lady.
All Ko-Fi goes to MARANYA tonight because there are some characters here. Obviously,
or you can pay me in an Iron Man book or two.
There you go. I'll get in. I'll try to find a decent Iron Man book. This should be a lot of fun.
Well, I'll give you some help there. Go pre-2012.
Yes, pre-2012.
But the easiest to find, I mean, they're in bulk and for only 25 cents each are the ones that are 2012 and up.
Dalton, join us.
No, you really respect me then.
People are literally trying to give me modern day Iron Man. Yeah. We got some awesome characters here. We've got AOC, obviously. We've got Nancy Pelosi in this, Mike Pence, Mitch McConnell, Don Trump, Paul Ryan. The NRA makes a representation here other than VENKMAN's hat, which VENKMAN isn't even sporting the hat. He's like, hey, help me with my leg. Too soon? I don't think so. All right. Anywho, it should be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy this. What fresh hell is this, you ask, Mr. Dalton, the authenticator? Well, I give you
hell.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the freshman force.
It could be worse.
Yeah, authenticate this.
It could be worse. I could have actually paid for this.
This is yeah, well, one of us did. This is this is the splash page right
we're all
before the story.
Pay for this, I feel.
So
the actual cover to the comic is this right here. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, the freshman force. New party? Who dis? And of course, she's stomping a red elephant while a blue donkey is looking on in horror. Alrighty.
She just killed an animal. Where's PETA?
Okay, so we got the Red Sonja cover here.
I'm done.
Replicatio, Puerto Rican girl from the Bronx, saying there is never any fight that is too big for us to pick. We proved that this year. I don't know why I'm sounding like one of the birds from the.
Why isn't Bree reading this?
By all means, I apologize, Eric. You volunteered to be a Alexandria. I give you this. Go on ahead.
Go back and I'll do the other one.
All righty, cool.
Do it the way you know to.
There is never any fight that is too big for us to pick. We proved that this year. Because in the wealthiest nation in the history of the world, our greatest scarcity is not a lack of resources, but the absence of political courage and moral imagination.
Hey,
all right.
I've never been so proud of you, daughter.
Thank you. Thank you, Father.
AOC 316 off the top of the rope with a and that's gotta hurt. There's the pin. Down goes Crowley. Down goes Crowley. By God, she's done it, folks. I can't believe it. The local kid makes good. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is your new #1 championship contender. Later, backstage, this is RDB.
What?
Hey, good job, kid.
That's not me. I'm the redhead.
Okay.
But I guess.
Hey, good job, kid.
Nice finish, rookie.
Switch roles.
That would be next up as Puppetina.
Nice one.
They forgot the rolls.
I said
No,
nice
no,
one
no.
already.
No, we do the roles. You just take
Okay.
the
I
roles.
said nice one,
Great
Honky.
And then we have Zardos down here.
Hey, AOC, when you gonna let me take a run at you? Ha ha ha!
Not even for your birthday. Thanks, everybody.
Oh dear God.
Oh, ha. In your dreams.
Okay, he's not here joining us tonight, so.
Oh, hey, rookie.
Oh, do you want me to try it?
Yeah, go on ahead.
Foster Brooks, please.
No, I'm not doing Foster Brooks.
Oh, but she's drunk all the time.
Yeah.
I gotta do. Hey, rookie. I gotta give her a little Aunt May with those gams.
Those pecs!
Nancy Pelosi.
Do you think she really has those abs?
No, she does not. In the flesh. You really put on a hell of a show out there.
Those gams. Thank
No.
I need a shower.
you. You know.
But don't get cocky. The people in charge would do anything to protect their special interests.
Nancy Pelosi, are you trying to seduce me? Is that the pose from Graduate?
Yeah.
It is.
I am just trying to help people.
I admire your spirit, kid. But the only people, or anyone around here helps is themselves with their whiskey.
Well, maybe it is time for that to change.
Change your diaper.
Deep inside the White House.
Hello.
That's Trusty.
Yes. Mother thinks this new one grows stronger. We have to figure out a way to stop her. But how?
I am a turtle. You could try hiding the aquarium as an invertebrate exhibit that I picked up in China where I am bought and paid for.
Mm-hmm.
That I hide in all the time.
No. It's gonna be the biggest wall. Biggest. God.
Because Dalton requested it, let's start over.
No. Hell no.
What if we take away her benefits?
Well, I'm still a turtle. She's a millennial, and yes, this is me yelling. She's never had any benefits.
Mitch McConnell sucks, by the way.
We could always call in the weasel.
Of course.
Mother says he's been working out like an animal, too.
Hey, who is this? Hey, how'd you get this number?
That's Mitch.
That's Paul Ryan, Mitch, your old friends, Mitch and Mike. We were hoping that.
And Mother, she's here, too.
Yes. Listen, we all were hoping that you could help us take out some Senate contenders that we don't want in the swamp with us. I mean, take care of this new rookie that's stirring up the pot.
Well, sorry to disappoint you two, three.
He remembered Mother.
But in case you forgot, I'm retired. Find yourself another stooge, Mo, Larry, and Green Curly Joe to do your dirty work.
Gosh darn it.
Blasphemy! Mother, no!
What are we going to do now? She'll ruin everything we've worked so hard to destroy.
Well, we may be able to take care of your little problem.
Night before the big match inside a crummy DC apartment. That's the ghost.
Oh, Alexandria.
What? Who is there?
You mean you don't recognize New York's greatest senator?
Hillary Clinton?
No, dagnabbit. It's me, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Penguin, 32nd president of these here contiguous United States of America.
FDR. Oh, sir, I am such a huge fan. I modeled my great new policy on social reform after your New Deal.
Sorry. Okay, I almost threw up.
At least you did not have to read it.
I'm sorry. I just realized that joke is a little too close to home since I had the food poisoning today.
Yes, and I must say I'm a big fan of you as well. But quick now, we don't have much time.
What is it?
I came to warn you that tomorrow night those incompetent wingbags in charge are planning to sabotage you by entering you in a 6-person tag team match with Batman and the Joker too.
What? But I do not have a team. I have been lone wolfing it. Boo!
You know, I recognized her from the bridge.
How am I gone?
Button your lip, Missy. Do you think I could have accomplished a sweeping social reform by myself? No, by golly, I had lots of help. From Henry, Francis, Mary, John, the other Henry, even my dear Eleanor. You have to make partnerships with all kinds of like-minded people. And remember always that all of us are descended from immigrants and revolutionists.
20 minutes before match time.
Thank you for helping me out, Bernie. But everyone else has said no one's there. No more time left. She is our last shot.
We have got this kid.
Barney Immortus? I will be honored to go to the ring with you, sir. So that is the plan. You would really be helping us out.
Huh. You know I love to, rookie, but I'm just trying to keep my head above water these days. Outside this old hippie, rocking the boat is for the young. Rock the boat, baby. No offense, Bernie.
None taken.
All right. I guess we will just have to do it ourselves. Viejo.
It would be a lot of fun, though.
Alrighty. I got Don Lemon, right? Okay.
Okay.
Well, Anderson, this
Phrasing.
looks like we got quite the matchup tonight.
That's okay.
Well, that's right, Don. We got rookie sensation AOC and veteran of the sport Bernie Sanders versus three of the most diabolical special interest groups out there. Big Oil, Big Pharma, which we now love, by the way, and Dana Loesch of the NRA. Looks like they mean business.
Venk, you want to take this?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were gonna give the Eric for the Hulk Hogan.
Who's JV?
Yeah, that's well.
You know, Dan and Andrew, when I became Minnesota's first independent governor, I fought against some pretty staggered odds. But this one seems like it's going to be a real tough shot, much like the second shot from the grassy knoll that hit.
Hey, let's do that one over. Let me take Jesse.
You want to take it? You want to take Jesse?
Well, you know, McMahon. When Dan and Andrew, when I became Minnesota's first independent governor, I fought against some pretty staggered odds, but the one seems to like it's gonna be real tough shot. But remember, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat, McMahon. Going back to the much like the second shot from the grassy knoll that hit.
And here we go.
Oh Bernie with a hip toss to Big Oil.
Look at him go, McMahon. I haven't seen a slobber knocker like this since Iran-Contra.
AOC locking up Big Pharma and a sharpshooter. Oh, but here comes Loesch and the Bird.
And there goes Bernie, knocked out of the ring by Big Oil and Big Pharma, which, by the way, we love. We love Big Pharma.
Yeah, is that a okay?
Oh, that was a cheap shot, McMahon, by Loesch. But she ain't got time to bleed.
It could all be over with that, folks. Oh my goodness, but what's this? Oh my god, it's Maxine Waters. Yeehaw!
Good God, that's Maxine Waters music.
Here, you're next, kid.
Ooh, yeah.
What a devastating double clothesline delivered by Waters.
She took them out faster than a CIA operative. Jack Ruby did to, well, she took them out faster than Ruby did to Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, Loesch drops the chair with that gut kick from AOC.
There's more than you're wrong, you heartless witch.
She's gonna do it.
This great nation wasn't founded just to fuel the corporate greed of the 1%. It was made by the people, of the people, and for the people.
1, 2, 3. Ah, woo, yeah.
Yeah. It's all over. AOC wins. AOC wins. Kill me, please.
AOC.
No.
AOC. We should be applauding AOC now, guys. I think that's good. But there you go. That is the first story in what actually is 1 out of 10. So, I mean, this is a series, guys, I think. No.
I didn't sign up for this torture. This is
not even a little bit.
Depends on how much of your audience you want to retain.
I know, right?
Read my lips.
Yeah, that was something.
Can I borrow your fingers, Pixel?
I told you.
This one. Which one?
That one, yes. That one.
This is a bit of a bad comic book, I would say.
Let's compare it, Trusty.
Just a little bit.
Pixel's fingers are so long, he doesn't have to reach his hand up into the vending machine. He just reaches the finger up and grabs the candy bar.
Right. Let's see.
Deathstrike is nothing on him.
So gee, now anybody read this before we did this? Is it just me?
It's just you.
Yeah, it's just
you
you.
are the only
Wow.
person I think in the world that read this.
So what did we think? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being awful, 5 being the best comic, like Watchmen.
I thought it was an amazingly accurate representation.
I think so too.
So what happened?
And we as Americans are all the better for it.
I think so.
Well, I gave the recent I Am Iron Man a 0.001.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 0.0001.
Daniel,
to take the words
Day, 0 point.
You know what? I'd rather just watch the 2016 Ghostbusters. I've never seen that. I'd rather watch that than read this.
I'm going to go ahead and take Jim Shooter's words. No one wants propaganda. Please stop.
Glenzo says, by Ocasio's fate, that comic was so bad, y'all need a dose of morphine now. Look, I thought it would be fun.
It was fun.
And
it was fun, but
good night, everybody.
It's silly. A lot of the comic is actually, I'll show it to you guys. It's there's not a lot of story to this piece of crap. That's one of the only stories. Let me show you what this thing actually has to offer.
No, we're good. We'll take your word for it.
Because after all of the you get stuff like this.
Venkman's avatar said he'd rather chase another snowplow than read another story.
pretty much.
Oh, we're not doing that here. No.
I have one leg left, and I'd rather keep it.
If we do another one of these, it's not going to be on the same night. It's just not, kids. This is something I think you have to milk slowly.
I don't want to see Iron Man armor.
Well, this is like they're fighter jets. Isn't that this is Omar? What's his name?
What the hell?
Yeah, Gotcha Man.
This is fighter jets and all that kind of stuff.
You know what?
Oh, it's Voltron. Let's
Voltron.
So they all say yes, and then they turn into the Justice Engine.
No.
JD Freedom team JD Freedom team transformed to the Justice Engine.
I just ate.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I want to eat.
Duke beating Carolina wasn't even the suckiest part of my last hour anymore.
Zero F's by and this is, I guess, like one of those little
Undertale.
This is
supposed to be Undertale.
Rhaegar, do you value your life, Rachel?
This is the gift that keeps on giving, but I think we need to give it slowly. This is truly a horrible comic.
We can get back to it in 10 years from now.
Hey, you know what? I've had this in my digital library now for like 4 years.
Put it back up. That guy had the right idea. Put that last panel up.
Make it stop.
He even says in the comic.
I actually closed it out. Sorry, guys.
Well, then
you guys kept saying turn up.
You made it stop.
But
thank you.
Rhaegar is saying the crowd's begging for more. It's a crowd pleaser, guys.
Give us more money and maybe we'll consider it.
It's a crowd pleaser. People like the bad comics. They like the bad comics. I'm just saying. To make fun of. Yeah. Let's see. Read Only With is in a libertarian pirate site who don't pay 1 cent a tag. I don't know what that is.
Read that on a pirate site.
Oh, on a pirate site. Yeah, there is a site called Read Comics. Yeah, we go to there occasionally, and there are some books I would like to check out, but they're not necessarily bad comics, but they're at least Silver Age fun.
All right.
Rhaegar, do you value your life for the super? Thank you very much, guys, for this for the super chat.
Anything after Marvel 2012 and up.
Rachel saying, "Don't effing do it." North Carolina let me down today, says Glenzer. We all know AOC would kill Hillary Clinton to be president of the United States. I agree.
I would that'd be the other way around.
North Carolina let me down almost 25 years ago when I was born. When I was born there.
By the way, the next reading we do is going to be the best comic book reading in these here 49 states because, yes, once again, I am not claiming North Carolina.
Yeah, you got to take it away.
that mustache though on Pixels is just like, what the heck's going on there?
It's slowly thickening. Okay,
It comes in eventually.
Not this comic. It isn't.
It needs to take its time. You got to give it.
Wipe the chocolate milk off.
I was going to say maybe a little chocolate milk.
It's not chocolate milk.
Now we are. It is requested.
No, it's mascara. Okay, that's what it is.
It is requested. The next bad comic would be What If Miles Morales?
Why don't we just do the ones you're supposed to do reviews on? Remember all the ones people paid you for? We can just read those.
You want me to actually fill out my
Captain Kirk's brother? Let's read that.
Oh no, I already did that one. I did that one.
I thought that was Picard's brother.
Picard's, yeah, it was Picard's brother, but we do.
They all have long-lost brothers. Okay.
What about Picard's mother?
Nightwing and Firebird. The origin of Nightwing and Firebird, and then Marvel's Firebird, the first Zorro comic, which actually could be fun because that's actually Kid Eternity.
Thanks, Rachel.
So, but there's also topics and such, and yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of fun to be had.
Such fun!
Such fun awaits you. But goodness gracious, why can I not get into Marvel U? Why is it not letting me in?
I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache.
You do.
A Boston
Boston
Black
kind.
It's not letting you in because I have blocked all of you.
And an
autograph picture of him.
It's true.
I remember being buck-toothed and skinny.
Yeah, it is true though. Stan Lee's probably
Letters,
blocking you out
King's
because he doesn't want
Penny.
you to read more bad comics.
Say again?
Stan Lee's blocking you. Your cock blocking you.
He's trying to end the stream with his mind.
Actually, I'm trying to sign on to the Marvel, but it's not letting me for some reason. To check to see if they actually have the Thor comic. AOC still praises the day she insurrected on Capitol Hill on January 6th.
Marvel only works through an app though.
Does it now? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything
So it
is
won't work on my computer because I mean I downloaded that app.
BlueStacks is how you do it though. If you're gonna do it.
Hershey chocolate milk. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, every time we read a Marvel book, it's Pixel using he's using his phone thing. Like,
I'm using my Pixel book.
So you think I won't be able to access it through the wow.
They have What If Miles Morales.
I tried. I actually had to download BlueStacks in order to get the working, and then it's a pain.
Oh wow, I've got to stop my freaking payments then. It is still let's see. I was playing Metal Warriors. Good, how freaking good! It's how
you
good
just
that
do
game
a DC? Yeah, just open your DC Unlimited.
I remember being buck to the skinny, writing fan letters to Sky King's Penny.
I wish I had a pencil and mustache. Then I could do some cruising.
Now,
too.
you guys may have noticed, obviously, that we're not doing an auction tonight. I didn't have time. I do have some books to show off that are going to be in next week's auction. As a matter of fact, Trusty's still with us, so I would like to show them off, if y'all don't mind, before we go on to anything else. And that way, Trusty can talk to you a little bit about some of them, since apparently, Trust, you...
I had to send a couple of books back to Englentine that accidentally got sent to me, so I threw a few in for the auction, and a couple of them are books that I worked on a little bit.
I must go ahead and go. I have to go do some things before I go to bed and work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it was a bad comic, but did you have fun? That's the most important part.
We had fun. Yeah. That was the important thing.
See you manana, pigs.
I'm gonna bounce off too. I'm going to get food.
Be on the lookout for puppets tomorrow. Bye.
And let's see. One of the books here, we got Green Lantern number 176. And we've got Fantastic Four number 1 from the Jim Lee. Is that Jim Lee? Yep. Jim Lee era. All right. We got a trade paperback X-Men Phoenix War Song. Never read that. There we go. And then from the Ultraverse, we've got Nightman number 1 and Nightman number 2, which I think these are coming back to me. Did you get these out of the auction?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
I remember having a run of these.
No, right. I bought a lot of Ultraverse stuff back in the day.
Okay. And let's see. Also, these are some from a collection I bought. And we have Giant Size Superman number 7. And this is the famous Lois Lane Gets Tortured issue from the Walmart comics. What if Submariner had saved Atlantis from its destiny? This is What If number 41. We have the Flash issue number 274 right here. And we also have issue number 273. And here is Fantastic Four number 199. And we have All-Star Comics number 62. World's Finest Comics number 164. And these two I'm keeping because they match the statues I've got for Supergirl. And they're nice. I mean, these are really nice covers. Yeah. All righty. But the ones that wanted Trusty to help us out with, this one is called Task Force Alpha, Forged in Fire. Now, this is a trade paperback, but I noticed you left a little note.
Yep. This is a book that was done by Alpha Productions, which is a small company out of the New England area. And back in the early 90s, I was doing some work for them. Paul Pelletier, who you guys know from Aquaman and lots of other stuff, he was the art director for Alpha Productions. So the Task Force Alpha was their super team, and the first 2-part story in that book, Paul illustrates that. That's some early stuff by him. And then when I found out they were doing a They were putting this book out. It's kind of the 25th anniversary. Yeah, they that's my pinup there. Her standing over the guy the back of the armored car. So yeah, they said, well, hey, we'd love you to do a pinup for it, since I was doing some. That's Major Liberty from Task Force Alpha, and I was drawing the one of the Major Liberty stories for the creator Ron Fortier.
Is that signed on the bottom, or what is that on the bottom?
I signed it, yeah. And so, unfortunately, while I was working on this stuff for them, Alpha had to close its doors. They were a victim of the implosion. So it was great that they finally, brought this back and were able to do it 25 years later.
And in this one, you had a full story illustrated. This is The Fist of Justice. Now, it says issue number 30. Was there really 30 issues?
Please tell me the writer's name was Todd Ball.
You have to call me on the intercom. No, my mom used to get that. My mom used to get that all the time in the office, though. Mrs. Wiggins. No, that Fist of Justice is just the story. That's actually Digital Webbing Presents number 30, whatever. So they had different stories. Different characters would make runs in that book.
Now it says you have a backup story, and I guess this is it right here.
That's it. The Most Edgar Day Ever, starring Edgar Advance, which was created by S.A. Bennett, who wrote Ravagers for Malibu and does a lot of comic reviews for, I think it's ICV2. Steve Bennett he's very, very super creative guy. He came up with some really great stuff. So that is the first appearance of Edgar Advance.
All righty. And look, I've auctioned off people's art here. My daughter, of course, being the first one that I did that with. Here you go, guys. You got one of the family here.
That fifth panel there on the left-hand side of that 2-page spread. I'm not real sure about that now.
Just that one panel?
Yeah, there's some imagery there. If you.
Oh, did I show off nudity and didn't know about it or something?
No, the next page. No, the other direction.
Oh, you're talking about the one where they've got the Nazi robots and the
one that kind of looks like a giant
native slave girl,
yeah, right there,
or priestess princess.
If you just glance at that fifth panel, looks like a giant.
The fist.
Rachel likes to say.
Oh.
Get down the fifth panel. Pull it up. Other direction. Up towards the ceiling. That truck there. If you just at first glance, now you can tell it's a truck, but the first glance it looked like.
Okay, yeah. The further back you go.
Like what, Eric?
The further back you go, it looks like Rachel's.
It looked like Carolina's season this year. Oh!
No, it wasn't limp enough.
But there you go. Once again, we've auctioned off art, but here we actually have comics starring one of the fam.
I just thought you might get a kick out of it.
There you go. You know what? Maybe I could check this out and I'll do a review of it, just holding up the comic rather than getting panels and everything.
We actually had a review of Most Edgar Day Ever from Tony Isabella.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little bit.
He liked it.
More well known than I am as far as the comic books are concerned. Let's see. Hello to everybody, and what have you guys been saying here? Did Eric Breen has revealed a secret? He's Batman. No, there you go. Okay, we knew this. I didn't know anybody would figure it out in the chat. Austin saying, "Hey E, one of my comics have shot up in price in the speculation because of shows coming up. Should I list it now or wait until right before the show comes out? In all honesty, I would list it now. Here's a reason why. As the show comes up, you're going to find out that there's a bajillion of the comic books you have, and everybody is about to dump them. That's been the go-to move for all of the speculators. So if you are interested in selling it, I would put it on market now while the excitement is high, but the market isn't flooded. If you look after every like MODOK, his first appearance went up in value because the Ant-Man movie was coming. And as soon as it was like almost the weekend, there's a ton of MODOK out there. And after, of course, the movie shows up and people are like, oh, MODOK sucks in that movie. There you go.
Went
it's
back
not
to being the overpriced back issue that had been all along.
right, except for more
Instead of
overpriced.
overpriced.
Yeah, instead of $100, it's now $250, and and
Where'd the kids go?
Who?
Venk and Pixel.
V went to get something to eat, and Pixel, he said he had to get some stuff done before he went to bed.
No, that's right. Nobody here is under 40 except for MARANYA.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. $29.95 plus international shipping.
Cartoons Kong says, I was laughing all the way through. You guys are amazing. Applause. Well, thank you. It's mainly them.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Captain America at the end of the Insurrection movie will say Hail Hydra. I'm pretty sure. Anyone here seen Ant-Man 3? Yes, I did. It was a disappointment to me.
I'm waiting till Disney Plus.
I didn't hate it. The weird thing is, you mentioned Disney Plus. I actually said I can't recommend this unless you're seeing it in the theater, because I thought there's a lot to look at, and it's all background. It's all visual. A lot of people notice that a lot of those visuals aren't great, but this is going to look better on the big screen than the small screen. And there's no story to it, so it's all visual. So, which is disappointing to me. I am a huge fan of the first two Ant-Man films.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Rachel. I'm feeling a lot better because last couple of days I've been feeling kind of punky.
Brewster?
No, not punky Brewster. Yeah, although I'm like her before she had a reduction. Yes.
Oh.
But then, just when you were feeling at your worst, you turned around, got inspiration from that never dying tree.
Yeah, no, this is tree number 2.
We just have your word for that.
If you look at old videos, you'll see that the trees are different.
Well, but maybe the tree can do things.
Oh, you saying it's a scroll?
I actually think the tree is controlling her.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
In a disguise saying, is it as bad as some say, or is it sour grapes? Well, it's not as bad as some people say, because their whole thing is these movies suck, so let's exaggerate, but it is not the best. I wouldn't say it's the worst of the Marvel movies. That still belongs to Captain Marvel. I wouldn't say it's the worst Marvel property. That still belongs to What If. It's not a good movie.
Actually, Captain Marvel is not as bad as most people say it is. The only thing I found wrong with it was that I did not have character development.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I found wrong with it. Other than that, it was not, quote, as woke as people were claiming it is.
In the beginning, I'm not even mentioning wokeness when I talk about how bad they got the wrong actress, and I'm not talking about, she said bad things in
she is kind of wooden. Yes.
In the script itself, it says that Captain Marvel is hot-tempered. She can't control her powers because she's hot-tempered and she blows up. And they actually have her going, well, I don't agree with that. You need to learn how to control your temper. I mean, literally, she says it like that. She should be mad. She should be angry and pushing forward. And then as the movie goes, she learns how to control her temper, because that's what happens in the end of the movie.
Yeah,
so,
deadpan later, yes, but before, yes, she should have been a lot more emotional. But basically, it was no character development. That's my main flaw with it.
And let's face it, the most interesting character in that movie was the Skrull.
Actually, my favorite character was the damn cat.
Oh.
All right, let's see. I sold 3 posters for the werewolves. Was $2 before the special, $50 after was released. Oh, the Werewolf by Night. Let's see. First Ant-Man was great. Second Ant-Man was mid. Yeah, a lot of people say that.
It's better than I expected it to be.
I don't argue too much with it, because look, your opinion differs from mine. I can only tell my opinion, and if you want me to back it up, I'll back it up. But hey, some people like something, other people don't.
Yeah,
I like the first 2 Ant-Man movies because they weren't huge, Marvel movies. They were sort of the smaller, no pun intended, the smaller Marvel movies. But I thought, they had a lot of charm and a lot of fun to it because of that.
Yeah, they also had a different tone to them too. They basically were heist films, and they had their own tone. Like some of them, like Captain America, the first one had more of the historical, and then you had the spy thriller, and then you had the movie that was supposed to be Captain America, but was really Avengers 2.5 or something like that.
Yeah, Ant-Man, I think, is better when it's making the mundane seem bigger than it is, like the train fight and all sorts. In this, they put Ant-Man in a universe where he's small, and then they made him grow. And it just, I don't know. It seemed like they made mid.
Okay, you got the Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream, Rachel. There's something you might like out there. There are Dr. Pepper Peeps.
Those suck.
I didn't want to try them.
I did a live stream where I tried it.
No. You tried You tried Pepsi with Peeps in it. These are Peeps that are Dr. Pepper flavored.
Oh, so it goes the other way. Yeah, I know about the strawberry though.
Oh, yeah.
I went on. They had a buy two get one free, so I bought 3 cases of it. I'm almost tired of it at this point.
Yeah, what I wanted like the strawberry and the orange Peeps. Those are good, but they don't have them anymore. They have all these real like jalapeno and all these other weird flavors.
Jalapeno flavored soft drink?
No, jalapeno flavored Peeps. Marshmallow Peeps.
That's better?
No, I can't even.
Not much better, but that's that's what they got.
That sounds like something they'd make on Iron Chef America.
No, that's like that's on Chopped, or that one with Alton Brown had. The show he ran.
Joe, I wonder how Rachel would mispronounce jalapeno.
Oh.
That is a good question.
I bet we're going to find out.
I definitely will.
All right.
Definitely have a few different flavors. I told my husband no, and hell no when we
now
one.
Since I put the team through one of the worst comics of all time, I think it's only fair that next we actually read a good one. I mentioned we have Firebird and the Marvel Firebird to do if we're going to do some of the ones that I should have done a long time ago. To that end, I think next up we should do Female Furies #1.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell!
It is Women's History Month, right?
It is. Yeah, we got to honor the women's of comic books.
Oh,
and
is this the one where it has the actual baking contest
the baking contest and the whole nine yards? Yeah.
Just because I bake cookies, you're going to do this book.
That is exactly why. Because not only am I honoring the women's just for being women's, but some of the greatest for being good bakers.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I get eggs and butter, which are like you have to do I eat or do I get eggs and butter kind of thing?
But you do make a good point that we should focus on the on the ladies as far as we do that. So, then yes, Eric and Boyd, the proper term is women's.
Yes, and Jay is voting for DC because he says we do not read enough DC on the puppet show.
Well, I'll try to make sure that happens. So we will have the ladies of DC on this side since the other side only does Marvel. We'll talk about other things.
Don't mention anything about giving birth, or the Toronto Raptors will come apologize for it.
Okie dokies. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm just going to agree.
They did a thing for women. They did a thing for women, for Women's History Month. So they were thanking their mothers because they birthed everybody.
Yeah.
Twitter got their trans panties in a bunch, and they apologized.
I cannot believe they did. I can't believe they did that.
Yeah, that's where we are in 2023.
Never. But I have said many times that I'm not doing Twitter speak anymore. I'm not coddling anybody anymore as far as all that's concerned. I'm done with it. I'm done. We gave the inch. They took the mile. They went after the kids. So, yeah. not
too bad you don't own half the Fortune 500 companies.
I know, right? I wanted to do this over Valentine's Day, but never got to. And then I found out that, holy shit, this is a 38-page book. It's a long freaking book. I always wanted to find out what's behind that cover, though.
Well, what it is this English nobleman, he keeps his woman in her place.
Yes.
While everybody else in the mansion tries to kill her.
It's,
I thought maybe this was in that AOC comic.
No, this is this
No,
man.
I know.
This one of my favorite covers of all time. When I've got it in a collection, I sold it on I sold it in an auction one time, and it's just for the cover alone one of the books I wish I'd never sold. I think it would look so freaking awesome on the wall. It's incredible. It's just one of those things. And that's something also I wanted to do. Not just, we don't necessarily have to do bad books. I would like to find out what are the stories behind some of the greatest covers in comics.
I think we ought to do some stories in romance comics.
Yeah,
because those are hysterical in today's context. Now, I'm curious about that particular one you just showed because I'm reading that Charlton Companion book.
Yeah,
and two of the genres that they did very well with were horror and romance. So, someone in a Reese's peanut butter cup moment said, "What if we put the two together and did Haunted Love?"
Yep.
And it bombed like the Enola Gay because neither fan base liked the other, so everybody just ignored them.
One, I love the reference. Thank you. and two, I also think it would be kind of cool to check out Sinister House. What is it? Sinister House.
Oh, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about stuff like falling in love, girls' romance, the young love, that kind of stuff. Because I said some of them are just laugh out loud funny.
This is one I would like to check out as well. I think I did a Christmas story from this one, but once again, one of the most iconic covers of all time. I think it would be kind of cool to do the stories. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it's just
that'd make Jay happy.
Yeah, we can do some good old-fashioned golden age Superman. And if you want to stick to DC over here, there's no end of iconic covers to do that. Plus the women's, plus the bad comics. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. So yeah, don't. Oh, let me highlight you there.
This is what they said. This one. See the strumpet on the cover, not the one crying, but the. Yeah, it's obviously the strumpet is.
Mm-hmm.
The story is she keeps trading up. She keeps dumping her boyfriends to each time someone, higher up comes along. And she meets this really great guy, but she meets another guy, so she dumps one more. And then the guy introduces her to his wife and tells her that the wife wants to close down the go-go club. So she loses the guy, the job. And at the end, she's all by herself because she had to do her own.
So now we can't do that story, guys. It's been spoiled.
Yeah, she looks like a combination between Gwen Stacy and MJ.
Well, they all did.
Eric and Boyd is bringing up my 1962 comic, Young Love Under the Bridge.
Hey, wait a minute. That's for Eric and I's year.
You're too young for that one, aren't you?
Well, Maranya, you've seen the cover for Our Love Story #1 that Graphic Man did.
I believe so. Yes.
Because the girl looks just like MJ. Because everybody Ramita and Buscema Drew looked like MJ.
Yeah.
And he sticks Peter Parker in the background.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It is. He's really good with those.
Like my romance novels. I mean, like these gross, sexy novels. Yeah. Hey, Gail. How was your night? It's okay.
She looks really good tonight.
Maranya saying, "Hey, you look good tonight." She worked at Universal. She's got a job at Universal. She's got a job at Walmart.
That outfit is most becoming, Mrs. Butler.
Eric says, but that outfit is most becoming.
I wondered when Eric Haskell was going to make a reappearance.
Eric Haskell has made his appearance.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's been a while.
There you go.
No, he is the Wilma report, but we don't get that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not unless this drags on till 5.
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And it's dragging already. I have nothing prepared. I'm sorry, guys. But hey, you know what? We had a great reading of AOC.
Yeah,
we had a probably that is the most dignified that comic book will ever be.
That's as dignified as it deserves.
But no, actually, you saw those. There's more cool stories from that. I mean, and by cool, I mean stories we could break down and beat the shit out of. That's the whole point, is having fun with the stupidity of these things.
You know, honestly, I think it's more fun to do what we do to actual good comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know, I got complained about when I did that. I did the Flash origin, and I made fun of it, and somebody got pissed because
that's different, because you were trying to do it as a historical thing.
No, I was making fun of it.
Or weren't you trying to do it as more like a study of the first book?
No, I was reading the story and I was telling jokes as it went through.
Yeah, somebody just needs to unclench then.
Yeah,
that's basically it. Yeah, and some dude got mad at me, and I said, "Come on, man, relax. It's jokes."
Yeah, but you know that reading we did here of that issue of Aquaman with Black Manta is all about the sex. That's a classic.
That's classic.
It is. Those kind of things are just a lot of fun here. Let me see if I can't find this.
Yeah, you guys in the audience, if you have not watched that one, go dig it up and watch.
I forget if it was here or the other place. We did One Punch. I forget where we did One Punch.
I was not part of that, so I do not know.
I thought you were part of that one.
The Bwahaha Justice League?
I thought you were part of that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the manga One Punch.
No, I'm talking about
One Punch Man.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about One Punch with Black Canary.
Well, see, yeah, Trusty, I just assumed the cool kids shortened it to One Punch.
Right.
Yeah, I was part of that.
Just for fun, because I brought it up, I was trying to find the comment, but considering the video is so old anyway, apparently you get people who, let's say, weren't on the panel commenting at the time. Join us next month for the second speed-filled issue of The Flash, where we see Joan dump Jay for Superman because being fast enough to catch a bullet is one thing, but being faster than a speeding bullet and more powerful than a locomotive is another thing indeed.
I do not recall.
Mr. Eric Breen. By the second year, Flash was one of the better Golden Age strips. Oh, Paolo, the first video I ever made is titled, "Are Golden Age Comics Good?" No, but that's okay. I don't expect Golden Age comics to be good. The thing is, it depends on how, of course, you define good. It's not, and by me asking that, it's not saying like, what do you say? What is the definition of is? It's just, what do you define good as? Are you talking about, is it the deep writing? Of course not. But Golden Age comics, I would describe them as pure fun.
They have a charm to them.
Yeah, not always the most sophisticated. Not always, but some of them, yes. But not always the most sophisticated stories. But fun is a definition you can slap on to most, if not all. Let's see. This was most likely written 4 years ago. Killer Baby was, oh my gosh, I am a dick. I thought Killer Baby was newer than that. They were also written for soldiers fighting, and those most likely written for an 8-year-old, not an adult comic book collector. And R.J. Clark is right here. They were also written for soldiers fighting in World War II. Probably didn't care about good plotting. They just wanted a brief escape. And yes, you want something. It's almost like a bathroom reader. 8 pages, you can get it done. Now we got to march. So yeah, let's get the story finished. Let's get in that, because they might not have time to sit around and actually read one story that's 64 pages long. You must love Golden Age comic science. I love what we call Golden Age goofiness and Silver Age silliness. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I love the idea that somebody could walk into a nuclear reactor, come out, and they've got a superpower and not bad skin condition. Greg Doherty's, yeah, back in the 1940s and earlier, you had the wake in your house or apartment. There wasn't what we have today with funeral parlors.
That's true.
Can you read the origin of Dr. Fate or Batman? We did Batman, or maybe try out Marvel and do the origin of Spider-Man, which we did, or X-Men, which we have not yet. So yes, X-Men and Dr. Fate can and will be on the menu. We can't keep bad mouthing the Golden Age. I mean, they had to start somewhere. What was my reply here? In the history of comic playlists, I did the very first comic book. The issue was silly. Oh, I guess I put that in 3 times. Wow, I wanted to hammer home my point. I don't know what was going on with that. Let's see. Well, even though Joan only liked football player, they did have a long marriage, at least before the New 52. Mark C. God bless Mark C. Didn't he have? Is he still around?
No, he died.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh man, God bless him. He came on the channel a couple of times. He was a good guy. He's good people. Fumes or of hard water, wouldn't hard water be ice?
No, what they were talking hard water at that time frame was actually nuclear water, and they actually did have to censor I believe it was a Superman plot because they mentioned things like the like atomic weapons and such. They had to actually censor a plot for Superman.
Oh yeah, because the government thought it was too close for comfort.
It was concentration.
Yeah. Sir, there should be 2 O's in Me Too.
I love Golden Age comics. Silver Age is kind of boring. Me too. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Let's see. What do we got over here? Why do we need to pretend to respect a bunch of rulers who get rich by? I'm not sure where you're going there. Can you post that one more time? Oh, the Flash thing. Mark C died. Requiescat in peace. Okay.
In pace.
Yeah. It's been years since Chernobyl. We are all the superheroes we were promised. Yeah, here's another one who was around for a while and then disappeared. Trainer Red Charizard. I might have lost him in the fight with EVS. Well, even though Joan only liked football players, they did. Okay, yeah, we read that one. That's heavy water, and it's used in nuclear reactors. Hard water just means it's got a lot of dissolved minerals in it. Okay. Yeah, but there you go. I actually do like to read old comments sometimes. If only to go, wow, these people actually watch my channel and now are absolutely disappeared. Mata Nui used to be a usual viewer as well. Yeah, just gone. Well, I turn off a lot of people over time. Classics are always terrible. Let's be honest. I've been finding the opposite to be true. Everyone is entitled to have your own opinion or have our own opinion. Yeah. I've been reading a lot of Golden Age DC of late, and I find them very enjoyable, even compared to today's comics. At least classics get to the point. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people like them too. You know, it's just so much. There's just so much entertainment in Golden Age comics. You know what? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do those comic book origins. I'll tell you something I had fun with, and I wish it got more views. Maranya and I talk about Silver Age silliness. We did a video recently on the other channel, Old Man Comics, where we went through the Mandarin's rings. I did the origin of the Mandarin, and then had Maranya on right after so we could talk about the rings. We ranked them from most powerful or least powerful to most powerful, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Now Eric was asking, or someone last night was asking about the knobs on Iron Man's armor.
They're nipples.
No, they're not. They look like it, but they're not. They do have a function. But I've yet to find what it actually is. They do have a function.
That is, by the way, one of my favorite lines in the Muppet Wizard of Oz. Gonzo's the Tin Man, and they're messing, give him the oil can. Okay, make sure the pressure's okay. And they say, "What do these do?" He goes, "Nothing. They're my nipples."
That's actually do something. I just can't find it on any kind of diagram, but
that's what makes the Muppets cool. They've got that kind of adult humor and everything.
Well, one is volume and the other tunes in the station.
There you go. Tune in, Tokyo. Yes.
That is.
Yeah.
They did have a radio antenna at one point.
Golden Age Comics showed hope no matter how bad things got, it will all work out in the end. Killer Baby, once again, I was like, I look at them like, holy crap, these people have been around forever. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Of course, I can only remember until last week sometimes. What's up? There was a Deadpool comic where they put him in the 1960s Amazing Spider-Man comic, a parody, but amusing. Yeah, wasn't there a whole series where he went back in time and messed around?
I don't know if it was the whole series, but I do remember that because they shoehorned him into like the coffee bean where Gwen, MJ, Peter, Harry, and used to hang out.
Light the beam. But
Skip here?
Yeah, Skip's here. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh yeah. Why type it? Light the beam.
Okay, there we go.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Skip OS sex. But no, I dig those things. I actually also I don't know how pathetic it is. Occasionally I'll go back and I'll look at comments and such. Yeah.
No, there's no auction tonight, Spiffy. It's
not tonight. I'm going to do one on Monday. I was a bit sick the last few days. I didn't put together an auction.
Are you sure you have enough for a Monday? Or could you put it to?
It's going to be a one boxer, maybe. Try to get enough to buy a collection to get for next week. One of those things. But yeah, I put electrical tape over the skim that DWJ put in the OK, or in
it's in the book.
What?
What's DWJ?
Daniel Warren Johnson.
Okay, I know what DW Washburn is. DW Washburn. Skip OS has been installed in your chat. Boom. All right. Well, you want to jump on? Oh, Gail's yelling at the bird, and she's using swearing words.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There you go. Jump on in if you want. All right, Rachel, I picture you as loud when you watch a movie, like when superhero fight happens. You know, Gail is one of those people like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing? Well, just, watch the movie. They'll explain it. But did you mean? And the worst part is this is Gail. This is the worst habit she the worst habit she has, because I don't care what movie you're watching, the most important scene, she's like this. It'll be like, Luke, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me plenty. He told me, hey, I'm gonna go get some soda right now. And it's every one of those. Every time it gets right up to that pivotal scene, Gail will decide that's the time she has to get up. She has to go do something. Or okay, I thought that was funny. I'll shut up now.
I'm sorry. I was reading the thing. Apparently, Rachel has developed stuttering.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said, Rach, Skip, come on in. I don't care. Ever see those reactors on YouTube when they ask 100 questions before finishing the movie? That's so annoying. I hate reaction videos to movies most of the time. Mainly because it's like this. What? No fucking adult is reacting that way to freaking Fern Gully. No. Okay, that's not a freaking real reaction. I thought about, okay, I'll do a reaction video, but literally it would be like this. Huh.
But isn't Fern Gully one of the 4 highest grossing movies of all time?
Of all time, yes.
It's
the one movie you can't disrespect.
Oh, I thought it was Dances with Wolves. I'm sorry.
I've never seen Fern Gully, and I've seen little bits of Dances with Wolves.
Yeah. Hello to Rachel.
Hello, Rachel.
Rachel, This is Maranya, Rachel.
I think I've been on one before, but
this is Eric. Eric, Rachel.
Hi.
Hello.
Rachel, trusty sidekick.
Greetings, true believer.
It's nice to meet you for the first time.
Yes, hello, strangers.
Yeah.
Hello, stranger.
I don't hate reaction videos to movies. I just don't watch them, says Rhaegar. Well, that's one way not to hate them. Yeah. But I've seen a couple, and I'm like, come on, dial it freaking down. I guess people are enjoy that kind of stuff. I couldn't do it. I know that.
They're reacting that way because they've got electrodes attached to their nipples, see, and they're getting a little shock.
Oh my!
Oh goodness!
Don't tell. And you know what? I'm calling out all BS. If you are 20 something, and you're doing this is my first time watching Back to the Future, bullshit. Because if you're that age, you have a parent my age, which means they've owned that DVD since it first came out and they've watched it 50 million times. You've seen it already. I am calling that BS out. Hey, Pilgrim.
Hey, Dalton.
What is he calling out this time? I caught something about Back to the Future while I was waiting off stage, but
bullshit movie reactors that are around 27, 20, mid 20s to 30, saying that's the very first time watching Back to the Future or Ghostbusters or any popular 1980s movie that I would have been a teenager in. We have seen those movies. We have shown those movies. Kids have seen those movies.
And allow me to be the actual case study for that, because I am 27. Granted, I'm a nerdy, past-focused 27-year-old who does like old-fashioned things. Might grant you, but I am the perfect example of this. I have seen basically all of the like iconically good 80s movies I have binged at some point, and I have also exposed my brother to them, who is about 21. So yeah, anyone past the age where they were teenagers at that point has seen those movies if they care about movies at all, which I suppose is the only modifier I would give you, because there are some people, freaking heretics though they may be, that don't obsessively seek out movies that are classics, and I don't understand those people at all, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, Dalton, I would like to thank you for getting to the point, if indeed that is what you did.
Or is this a filibuster?
Glenzer actually brings up a bit of a question here. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes.
I can't believe I'm older than both.
Sweetheart, we can't believe it either.
Yeah, Dalton for all of his bluster, for his $7 words when you could use a 50-cent word, he is the youngest on the panel. Yeah. I'll tell you this, and
he was born 62, but
well, that's the thing. It's been a running joke in my family ever since I was like 9 years old that I was born 2 decades older than I actually was.
Your soul was around since 1930. Just saying that.
Well, Victorian London, but semantics.
I remember having a conversation with Dalton. No, let me be honest. I remember having hundreds of conversations with Dalton. I said, Dalton, you gotta find the comma. I say you gotta find the period, not the comma. Look, it's Dalton. It ain't gonna happen. I have come to accept this fact. He will always use this word when he could use this word, and he will always. One of the things he does is. Well, I really do like that blue car, and I guess the reason why I like it is because it's blue. It's one of those things, but he will say it in such a way that will probably make you need to go find a thesaurus.
Yes, the way I describe Dalton, he is loquacious.
Loquacious. That's a good way to put it.
Well worded, Maranya. And by the way,
yes.
For one thing, that's. The reason I do it is because I literally can't help it. I've always spoken this way. Mm-hmm. And for another thing, frankly, our language has become so lackadaisical and impoverished that it floors me.
You know what?
I have no idea what those words were.
You know something? Normally on Saturday, I kick back. I'll be doing auction stuff and I'll watch a movie. And today, I decided to do something a little bit odd. That I will give myself views. I have multiple channels, so sometimes I'll watch videos that maybe I didn't see yet on a different channel. I'll give the channel views. So today I watched Dalton's top 10 movies of 2022 on our movie channel. And he and I do two different movie top 10s. Mine, I give 1.5 minutes tops to each review. I've got visuals, boom, done. I am YouTube. And Dalton, I got to admit, watching it, I was like, you know, there's something to be said. Long form video, by the way, scares viewers. You put up a 45-minute, an hour, it scares viewers. But there is something to be said.
7-hour stream last night.
Yeah, you guys, I'll get to you. I'm going to, since you're here and he's not, I'm going to chastise you.
Oh,
no. But there is something to be said. After I saw yours, I was like, you know what? I really would love to go in depth like that. I like our discussions when we talk about what happened in the movie, and it takes an hour and a half. Now, YouTube will tell you that long form videos are scary and people won't watch them. But damned if they're not more, I don't know, informative. They're more fun.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm the exact opposite. I get annoyed when videos are too short because I'm like, I'm just getting into a video and then it's like it's over, and I'm like, but I'd rather have more bang for my buck. If I'm clicking on a video, I want to be entertained for at least the length of an average TV episode, which is about half an hour to an hour.
I think the difference is when we do live and we can answer questions and all that kind of stuff. I think that allows people to get involved and stay around for an hour and a half. When you are just doing a video, make it quick, get to the point, get out.
A couple of years ago, I put on one of Dalton's videos and I cut down an entire tree. Not just at the root. I mean, I broke the tree down into what would fill in a garbage can with a handsaw. I beat Dalton.
Are you sure the video is not still running?
I don't know. I may be spiritually from the 19th century. They're BREEN, but some of us have actually moved into the 21st. You shouldn't be using a hand.
It was all I had, and piped down because I could have watched any video, but I gave that time to you. I also ran over my thumb with that handsaw and cut the shit out of it, but that's beside the point.
Again, welcome to the 21st century. We have electric ones now, or gas ones.
Some of these
I didn't have one that day.
Rhaegar's, I'm being called out, by the way. Spiffy and Rhaegar, it happens more often than you think. Not only that, but a lot of people who aren't Americans haven't seen Back to the Future, or the movies I mentioned. Let's see. And Spiffy is saying, I love movies. Never saw Back to the Future. Let's see. Also, Justin says, I watched a girl react to Ghostbusters. She was on her phone the whole time and said it was boring. Never watched another reaction. I wouldn't mind doing one. Dalton wants me to watch some cartoon called Gargoyles. I read the comic book.
There's a couple I saw.
Wasn't thrilled, but I'm willing to watch an episode.
Yeah.
I think if we do that, I'm going to want to. I definitely will want the visuals. So I'll record the screen. I'll make sure I'm getting the cartoon, and then like you and I could watch it together, and we'll put our little boxes there. And,
commentary and so on.
Yeah, while the show is on. I'll make something up. So
you gotta be careful though, because that's
well, that's what I'm saying. I'll try to obscure the screen.
I watch reaction videos, and a lot of times they'll either use like 10 minutes of the show or movie.
Yeah, you don't use the whole thing.
Yes,
like when you actually have something to say, you clip that out. And
it interspersed through the commentary.
Yeah, and also for like if you want to do like a full movie commentary, usually they'll just have like a video of themselves talking, and then they'll say like everyone watching at home, we're gonna play the movie
That's
at
what we
3, 2, 1, and then everyone.
That's what we normally do. Is we'll put it on. We'll go. Okay, this is where we are at in the movie. Occasionally, I'll turn on the movie to show everybody where we are.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just us talking because YouTube has become very quick with that copyright claim. Usually, it's a claim. It's not a strike. Speaking of Miss Rachel P.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Last night, you and VENKMAN and whomever watched a Japanese game show of some sorts.
Yes.
Don't f with the Japanese on my channel. Not even a little bit. Had I known you guys were going to
anime trauma,
Japanese, I would have shut that down. I lost my channel for a month. No, for 3 months. Because I with the Japanese. That ain't happening again.
Englentine has post-anime trauma.
Yeah,
I actually was telling me to do it, so.
I'll get to him. But yeah, that's the whole thing. I saw it. I was like, holy shit. At first I thought, okay, well, you remember we did the trailer reactions earlier in the night. I thought, okay, yeah, I was expecting a copyright claim because of the trailer.
I wanted to put it on mute.
But Rachel, it was a sad 3 months. He was going door to door with a sign that said, "We'll stream for food."
It really was.
I guess today is an honorary Festivus day for Englentine. He's going through all the airing of grievances for everybody, like a round robin of.
Dalton is long-winded, and now it's on to you, Rich. Yeah, basically it. But
well,
no,
I'm sorry, Englentine.
I did a stream. I was going to talk about one because people are like, hey, why don't you watch anime? Why don't you read manga? Okay, you know, so finally I'm going to do one. I pick out this TV show called One Punch Man. Let's watch it. Halfway through, I lose my channel. Like, what?
Well, you're not supposed to show it, but.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Live and learn.
His channel got one punched there for about.
So yeah, my new philosophy is do not with the Japanese. They will take you out. Let's see. The Rhaegar saying the one thing I learned traveling the world and going into the Navy was you never assume everyone is going to get the same cultural references that you do. Most of the people, however, that I am talking about are American reactors. Let's see. I've got a.
And you know, Dalton, that's why only the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor on this channel.
And
9.
What's up?
That's okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we also have Snidely Whiplash's unknown brother that his father sired during a trip out.
Well, I guess it's your turn for the airing of grievances there, my friend.
Oh no, I was making fun of the mustache for last night a lot. So. I was doing most of the work. A lot of people should have been going after that mustache. I was the only one that was doing the proper work.
Because it looks great.
Yeah,
it does. It's awesome.
You were roasting me last night saying, "Oh, I look like the spy guy. What's his name? I Spy." Or
Spy versus you look like you look like the black spy in a Mad magazine.
Raleigh Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers. Yep.
You know what that mustache looked like? Your mustache looks like the beginning of a TV show that the character's about to slide down on. Like it's MK show, and it just slides right down the mustache and falls into the center. Yeah.
Yeah. The plus, you know, it's like I know it's like I was gonna wear like down, but I saw Dalton have like the down thing going on, so like all right, I got to go up, I guess. You know.
You look like the bass. You look like the bass singer of a Disney a cappella group.
That mustache, the guy I referred to, Raleigh Fingers, one of the all-time great relief pitchers, and at the end of his career, the Reds signed him, but they had a no facial hair policy, and he elected to retire rather than cut off his mustache. That's how important it had become to him.
I know, right?
As someone who also has a mustache, I can understand that protectiveness.
Well, another guy once stopped shaving so the Reds would get rid of him. They were so bad.
I don't recall Wimpy having a mustache though. That's more like Brutus.
No, Wimpy has a mustache.
He does?
Yeah.
I never noticed it.
Yeah.
It's more like a Hitler whisk thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's the toothbrush mustache.
Rhaegar is saying the long form videos I watch typically are people talking about religion, philosophy, history, current events, and they are all concise and effective communicators. Well,
then you'll probably like a lot of my videos because I end up bringing in philosophy, religion, and all of the above.
He became one strike man. I'm so far behind on comments here. Let me scroll down here. Wonder what MK and Rachel's would sound. Whoa, hold on. I thought you, Rachel, pick a guy. Jay, Zach, or deep voice guy.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
I mean, basically, this is this is your MFK right here. Seriously.
Who's MFK? I don't know who that is.
MK.
Mary.
Oh, that one. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All righty.
I'm deep voice guy. I don't know who MKF is. You know,
I still Princess Bride. Spiffy's saying I watch a lot of Star Wars Legends videos. I'm not a fan of Disney canon.
Yeah, nobody is. I remember when the new canon got announced. Me and my friend spent 2 hours just whining about all the cool stuff from the old canon that's not canon anymore.
And when I knew they were in trouble. Now I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I like the original movies. I can tolerate the prequel movies. I never really got into the books, but as soon as they announced that the books don't mean shit anymore, I was like, oh, they're in trouble.
Instinctive impulse to hoard books, yeah.
Yeah, you just turned off a whole bunch of fans right there. They're
Also,
never coming back.
Teen, you give me anxiety. I'm stressing out about that bot then last night. Can you edit it down or delete it? Because I don't want you to get a strike.
What?
He's complaining to complain. He's not actually going to do anything to it.
No, I actually had to delete the video.
Yeah.
I did delete the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to find the best parts. I'm going to put them out as regular videos on this channel. So yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just,
he's had to do it with our stuff a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
It's just we dodged a bullet basically. Okay. Because the Japanese are, I'm not the only one too. I've heard of a lot of channels being knocked down. If you guys showed anime, I am absolutely sure we would have been done for 3 months. So yeah, try to stay away from that kind of stuff. So,
got it.
The island of the rising sun is not your friend.
But yeah, I wasn't able to trim it out because the video you guys stayed until it was 8 hours long.
No, I didn't. I crashed out.
Oh no, you stepped out early, but by the end of the live stream, it was 8 hours long, and I tried to trim that segment out, and they wouldn't let me because the video was too long. Have a good night, Killer Baby. Take care. Be safe. Let's see. In Legends, Luke had a beautiful wife, and this is to Dalton, with a powerful son leading the Jedi in Disney, and now, of course, he's a hermit jerking.
And that's just the movie character.
He milked it. He didn't jerk it off. He milked it was a space cow. It's a cow. He's being
flippant, but I will add that in addition to all the canon, the actual main character screwing around they did, a lot of the awesome stuff from like the expanded canon was nerfed. Like, I'm so glad that the Night Sisters appeared in Clone Wars before the Disney acquisition, because that means it's by definition canon. So the Night Sisters are still around, but they got rid of the whole backstory of the Night Sisters, where they were essentially founded by a Dark Jedi named Illyra, I believe was her name, that founded the Night Sisters and gave them essentially a modified version of the Jedi and Sith codes to use their magic based on.
I'm very much the same. It's Star Wars lore. I am sorry, but there's three movies.
Wait. Thank you, Miss Othmar.
Thank you, Miss Othmar. Peanuts reference for the older people in the crowd.
But wait, was that in Courtship of Princess Leia, Dalton?
Huh?
Was that in Courtship of Princess Leia? Was that where the Night Sisters were?
I don't think so. I think it was more some of the Sith based novels, because I remember, and I think this is still canon, that Sidious and Mother Talzin used to interact with each other and trade Force secrets.
Yeah, but the great thing about the expanded universe, the Star Wars novels, is they all tied together, and they had a timeline for everything, at least for a while.
You guys talk way too deep baseball for Star Wars. Me, Eric, and Maranya are getting.
We're nerds. This is a comic book channel. What are you expecting?
The thing is, I know some of it, but I don't know all of that stuff.
I never really read the novels. I don't know that much about it.
I read a couple, and it's like I'm going, meh.
And Eric, I know he's a comic book guy. He's not, and a lot of times, comics and sci-fi go together, or comics and gaming goes together, that kind of stuff. Like if you're a gamer, more than likely you're reading comics. If you're reading comics, more than likely you've got a side geekdom. Eric does not have a genre side geekdom. Eric is comics and sports, which usually that means in the 1980s he was kicking his own ass.
And let me tell you, it is not easy to shove yourself into a locker.
which is why I always give him crap for it, because I am a old school nerd in the sense that I still maintain those battle lines. God damn it!
Not easy to shove your own head in the toilet, is it, Eric?
No, the resistance is yes. It's like being at war with yourself.
Yeah, you just gotta develop a healthy amount of masochism is all. Then you'll start enjoying it.
You know what? This is bringing up a
the dog can drink out of it.
This is bringing up a pretty good question. A bad question is, so which one do you prefer, this or this?
I don't
mind the other way.
The other way, this way.
Whatever makes the picture smaller.
See, that's not good for the viewer, but
well, not being able to see me is good for. Actually, I want to make it much better for the viewer.
No.
Okay. There we go. You guys know my my freaking OCD's kicking in. There we are. Okay. Wait, no, I've got it. I can beat this one. There we go.
No.
Okay. No, there we
No,
go.
there you go.
All right.
You need to put me, MK, and Dalton on the bottom, so we have all the facial hair on the bottom.
And as soon as Dalton goes in between us,
And I just want to remark on the irony of potentially putting the gay guy on the bottom.
Oh. Goodness
But
gracious.
All right, that one was good. I've got a guy. Okay, there you go. That was a good one. Zach's bringing up something. He says Lord of the Rings better than Star Wars, which makes me think, okay, what is your geekdom? And I'll pose this question to Eric in comic book form. What is your main focus in comics? Like, what's your main geekdom? But outside of comic books, what is your geekdom?
Not Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we'll start. MK, do you have something that is your geekdom outside of comics?
Yeah, I'll give you a hint here. Let's see if you can guess the symbol. Yeah.
MK, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Is
Kombat.
that just
I was kidnapped years ago, and they did that to me. So yeah, no, that's
wait.
correct.
They did that to you?
No, I'm joking.
You were held down in somebody's. Okay, so
These guys jumped him in an alley.
You were actually in Mortal Kombat fights. That's what.
Yeah, I was gonna say it started out Mortal Kombat, but it got very Street Fighter-y all of a sudden.
You're the one person that went Squid Game.
Yeah, I got that one.
Dude. Squid Games ain't shit at all.
Like, finish him. Okay.
Some people think like you're not like, oh, you're not to get a tattoo of any emblem, you know, whether it's pop culture or whatever. But yeah,
I would never, because my uncle taught me a long time ago, never help the police, especially when you are the subject of their curiosity. Tattoos are positive identification. Yeah.
I usually get the jokes with the voice, so like, don't if you ever commit a crime, don't talk. I'll just change it. I'll just be like,
hey, give me your money.
You know, this way when they try to identify,
there you go.
It's not me. I don't know who.
Officer, I was framed by Porky Pig. I don't know.
Exactly. You know.
I think he was Hispanic. How about you, Rachel? What's your geek outside of comics?
Well, I rarely read comics except for like Star Wars comics, but I do love games. I love playing video games a lot.
Yeah, is there a specific type, or is it just in general?
It's just in general. I play many different games, so yeah.
Okay. How about you, Maranya? Your geekdom.
My geekdom outside of comics. Yeah. Let's see.
I like include even if it's not genre related.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go outside of comics and say outside of who I like the best.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of comics, I like some Star Wars. I like some Star Trek. In fact, I believe Trek was actually my first quote geekdom, because my first convention, I went there dressed in a Spock uniform and had a phaser, a communicator, and a tricorder that I built from a model kit. So yes,
wow,
fascinating.
That's great.
Fascinating. But also, other than that, let's see. I'm into Barbies. I'm into.
Same.
Let's see what else. Whew. A lot of little things here and there.
What's your main one?
The main one.
Yeah, our main one or two. Oh, you're just like, I can't do that. It's all.
No, I can't do that because I have a bunch of different things that I like, but I think comic books and of course Iron Man is my number one focus there. I just have so many that I can't narrow it down. I really can't.
All right. How about you, Authenticator?
This answer's probably not going to surprise anyone, but my two biggest, it's sort of an all-consuming geekdom: magic and lore. I can get into I can get into anything as long as it has a solid magic system and actual lore to experience, because the thing is, most people get into the main characters first, and then if they like the main characters, they get into the lore. I'm kind of the opposite. I can get into anything as long as it has a decent lore and as long as there's a magical or mystical component to it. Outside of that, I'm pretty much useless, but as far as that particular geekdom goes, I am probably one of the internet's greatest experts.
Okay. Before we move on, though, let's see. Spiffy is saying minus Star Wars, obviously. And then we have, so for me, it's Final Fantasy, Warcraft, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, most things can't even touch it. And that's Rhaegar.
And yes, Glisser is Magic the Gathering.
Austin is saying Lord of the Rings, my favorite book. Star Wars, my favorite movies. Dark Soul games, Rhaegar is also saying. Let's see what else we got. Also, history and politics for Spiffy. For me, comics, cartoons, TTRPG. I guess RPG, I know.
Yes.
And sci-fi fantasy novels. Too bad Star Trek became Star Drek. You still have the past, man.
Yeah.
And us, I myself have been going through the expanded universe for the first time before ROS.
Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. Rise of Skywalker. Okay, Magic the Gathering. I can get into anything if there's dinosaurs, cheesecake, and Nazi villains.
That's Zach.
Yep. How about you, Eric? We know comics and sports, but
Playboys.
That's a good question. Well, I mean, I was, I don't any longer, but I was a baseball card collector twice in my life. But I mean, I don't mind genre movies. I mean, but I don't feel like I missed anything if I had seen. I haven't seen the last 6 or 7 Marvel movies. I've seen the original Star Trek, but none of the series after that. Mainly
So in
because
other words, we need to hold Breen down and Ludovico technique him like Clockwork Orange, and he needs to catch up or lose his cheat card. That's how that works.
When I was a club care unit, one of the assholes in there with me commandeered the one TV to watch Star Trek reruns instead of Sports Center. So that was it.
So you got out nerded by someone you.
At that time, Dalton, I was just happy if I could make it through the night. I mean, I was a decade of hard drinking trying to erase in a couple weeks.
How about you, Trusty?
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
No shit.
Well, if you were just to go by what's on my bookshelf, it would be either Star Wars or Percy Jackson. Just by the sheer number of volumes on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also really love anime. I've watched a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something I'd never have been able to get into real heavy.
You gotta find the right one.
That's what everybody says. Occasionally, like I watched Attack on Titan, the first season of that. I found it very cool. In my youth, of course, the Gotchaman, but back then it was called Battle of the Planets. Speed Racer, that kind of stuff.
I've been watching an anime lately. It's called Rachel P, but all it does is blink a lot.
I know, right? Yeah. Where are those cool anime movements and everything?
I don't have that. Sorry.
For me,
it's a slice of life, not a show.
Mine are obvious because I've got channels. So I'm really, comics is my secondary geekdom to movies.
Yeah.
And I've grown up near Disney, Universal Studios. Well, I didn't grow up near that. They came after, but I was a huge Disney fan. SeaWorld, when Universal came in, I just love theme parks. And I love living in a tourist area. Because not aside from the theme parks, we've got a lot of stuff that is like, hey, come bring your money to us.
Ew, you like to go outside? Ew.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Rachel.
Ew.
Hey, you know what? We live in Florida. It's not that bad to go, except for summertime. You don't see a lot of Floridians in summertime just taking random trips. Unless
because it's hot enough to boil an egg on the sidewalk, as the old saying goes.
The thing is, like with SeaWorld, though, you get a pass there. You get they're cheap because if you're a Florida resident, like you can get it's like $12 a month. For the expensive one, it's $20 a month. And I got the $20 one where I could go to the water park also. So in the summertime, there you go. And this summer I do plan on going more often because I can actually exercise there. Running around, I've messed up my knee. I can't run without pain after like maybe 50 yards. So I started running around the rapids, and anyway, do Floridians go north for the summer like birds fly south for not these Floridians? we can't afford it.
I thought of two other geekdoms. I love it is connected to comics. It's the Marvel RPG game, the one that they the TSR put out.
I would love.
I love running it.
You like being like a games master.
I love running it. I love playing it. That's the one I love. That I could run one very easily.
Last night during the live stream, I said I would love to do a Champions game. Now, Champions.
I've actually played Champions once, but I prefer Marvel because it's actually a good system.
But the point being is that would be the kind of thing I think would be fun to do, maybe even as a live stream.
Yes.
And the other one I really like, I love trivia of any kind. I mean, I love to read. I will read just about anything, including ketchup bottles if nothing else is available.
Yep, right there with you, Melania.
I've been reading since I was 2 years old, so that's an awful long time to read.
Yeah.
So,
you remember kids' cereal boxes that had a little fun facts and games?
Yeah, they still do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that stuff. I used to read the encyclopedia for fun. So
Yep, I did that too.
If you don't mind, I'd like to fall back a little bit to this Marvel game you've got.
Yes.
If that were to come to pass, how many people are willing to play a campaign?
I am.
because
as long as I can play a magic user.
It might actually take. The reason I'm asking is, like, say if we say, hey, on Tuesday we're going to do a campaign for Marvel, it might take more than one Tuesday. So
just one just to set them up, the characters.
I mean, it's like with D&D and anything else like that.
Well, the other thing we'd have to figure out is what level are we starting at, because that's an important question for basically all tabletop RPGs, because you never as baller as it might be to start at level 1 and work your way up, nobody wants to start at level 1 because there are no feats or anything enabled at that point.
See, anime is good, says Rhaegar, but you need to find the ones that interest you most. It's kind of like the novels. Yeah, like I said, Attack on Titans. I watched Death Note, the one with that thing my daughter drew. I watched what else did I watch for anime, modern anime? Because obviously Speed Racer is the one in Gatchaman.
I love Speed Racer.
Kimba, the White Lion.
Never saw that.
Did you ever see? Did you ever see the continuation of Speed Racer that was done by Nicktoons Network a couple of years ago?
I never did. I don't know if you guys would consider Miyazaki movies as.
Yes.
You do. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I've got the collection. Like, I got the box set of all the Miyazaki movies. So,
Okay, which is your favorite?
That was going to be my question.
Which
I have one.
Miyazaki?
I have one.
God, it's you know as much as everybody loves saying Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle is probably my favorite.
Thank you. Yes,
it just is so imaginative. It really is.
Kiki's Delivery Service is another one that doesn't get nearly enough love.
It is. That's my second favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kiki is my.
Kiki's Delivery Service was hit and then a miss with me because I showed it to my daughter, who was about 4 or 5 at the time, Ashley, and she loved it. So for the next 2 years, it was the only movie I ever saw.
Kind of like Frozen with the kids.
Yeah, well, she was like that, but it wasn't as bad as that because both daughters liked the anime, like the Miyazaki movies, and it would be Kiki's Delivery Service, My Neighbor Totoro, or it would be not Nausicaa, the Princess
Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke.
That's a good one.
Which I was told, you shouldn't show your kids that. They're too young.
No, it's great.
Bull crap.
Well, here's the thing that I did something. Gail got on to me, but you know what? It turned out to be okay. I played Resident Evil a lot. I love horror games. And I was playing Resident Evil. The kids are in bed. And I forget what scene it was, but it was a graphic scene. And I hear, oh! And I turn around, and there's Ashley and Elizabeth watching me play Resident Evil. I didn't even hear them come out of the room, but they were just like, and they were watching this horror game. And they, of course, kids don't really discern fantasy from reality until about 6 years old. And neither one of my kids at that time were 6. So I did something that would be considered questionable. I put on a movie called The Patriot, starring Mel Gibson.
Ooh.
Let me explain.
I'm saying it's a good movie.
Yeah, but on that movie, and I knew I had this, and this is why I put on The Patriot, is because they had a how we made this movie. And I said, okay, I want you to watch this. And it shows some soldiers marching, and then a soldier gets his head blown off. And then right after that, it shows the guy walking. He's got a green screen mask on, and it shows they made the head disappear, and that kind of that showed them, okay, well, this kind of thing is fake. And so they learned. I mean, they didn't. It wasn't like, aha, I know everything now. They still had to discern a few things. They're only 4 and 5, but it helped. I mean, they still believed that Dudley Do-Right was George of the Jungle's brother. So it wasn't like they knew everything was fake. If you guys don't know, both.
I mean, that's a half decent fan theory, if nothing else.
Yeah, both characters are played by Brendan Fraser. So I thought that was cute, by the way. But yeah, thank goodness for DVD. But from there on, my kids were watching all that horror stuff. I forgot why I got into that. But that actually helped.
You were arguing against the Helen Lovejoy impulse that people have. But won't somebody please think of the children?
With the Princess Mononoke. No, it's animated. It's fake. It's fine. You'll be fine.
That bugs me with all the Bugs Bunny cartoons that have been edited over the years.
Yeah.
Good God.
I started that with my generation of kids.
Yeah, I was an adult when they were doing that. I'm going, I grew up with that crap.
I was 11 years old when I first heard that they were going to take violence out of the Looney Tunes because it will make the kids overly violent. And I thought, I said this out loud. Mom, are you really, really violent? What are they talking about? You grew up with those fucking cartoons and now you're saying they're going to make me violent? I don't get that. It's so obviously stupid, and they do it every goddamn time.
It's like people want the world to parent their kids for them. They want the world to be child-proofed, kid-proofed, adult-proofed, whatever, so that their little fee-fees won't be hurt.
Well, and here's the other thing: the kids also don't want that. Kids like being treated as much like an adult as you can manage especially when they're young, because when you're young, all you want to do is be treated like, be treated seriously, be treated like an adult.
Dalton,
MK's
when
having
were you young?
fashion
Is that
show.
a Cracker Barrel hat?
Fashion show with his hats. You're muted, by the way.
Oh, okay. It's a Halloween hat. Okay. Duck Six Fire. Let's see.
muted.
England teen these days telling your kids they can't have candy is considered questionable. What you did was good, parent. Well, thank you. Which Resident Evil 7 and 8 are? You know what? I have not yet played the last two.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to. I just haven't made it to them yet.
What is Three Stooges? It's slapstick, and you search it out on YouTube. Watch it.
Yes.
They are a quintessential comedy trio, and I'm tempted not to burn you as a heretic for not knowing what they are.
They're not funny.
The constants are Mo and Larry. Curly gets swapped out with a few different.
Now, don't let me say something real quick. Yeah, I get that instinct, but there's something we talk about occasionally. Now, none of this applies to you because you are 75, 80 years old. I know that. But the story I always refer to as my nephew, very smart kid. I mean, watches a lot of stuff, old stuff. We had a picture of the Rat Pack at the store. He can only identify one of them.
Who do you identify?
Frank.
Okay, the first poll of the night is up.
But
what's the poll?
Are the Three Stooges funny? The answer will be yes, no, or who.
It depends on it depends on who's in the trio. Frankly, and this is heresy for me, I realize, but I like Shemp the best as the third Stooge.
He's second best to me. I like the original Curly, then Shemp.
Trusty isn't from up on Poppy Hill the incest one.
The two characters think that they're brother and sister for a while.
Okay.
But they're not really.
It is actually a good movie.
That's a very
Castle
good
in the Sky, also a good movie. Even though I poo-pooed it to get to Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, brilliant. As we said, My Neighbor Totoro, I had to explain death. I had to explain death to my kids. That was fun. But hey, you know what? That's why, as a parent, you watch movies with your children and don't use them as a babysitter. Also, another reason not to use them as a babysitter is I put my daughters in their room, and or it was my room, and I turned on a couple of movies, and I went out to the living room, and I ended up taking a nap, and I'm woken up. Daddy, snowing! Daddy, snowing! And I go into my bedroom to find out why my daughters are covered in snow, only to find out that they emptied 2 bottles of baby powder all over my room.
Oh, no.
Because they wanted to experience snow and they lived in Florida.
It was covered, and I look at the time and I realize I only got 20 minutes until I have to get Gail. So do I rush and try to clean this up, or do I hope that she gets the joke? Yeah,
but you were talking about
go with
clean that mother. I still didn't get it clean enough.
And what was the movie that made them do this?
It was Charlie Brown. I had a. It was. I had a
the
collection.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
That one was on constant. Yeah, they knew to rewind, and they knew how
It's
to
a
do
good
that.
thing you went with that and not the other choice, Faces of Death.
They didn't like that as much as Charlie Brown.
They might not.
I thought they would have enjoyed it, but
Well,
no.
there may have been no one to pick up Gail then, because 5-year-olds can't drive.
Okay, you know what? I gotta say, I watched Faces of Death, and one of the funniest freaking things. Supposedly, for those of you who don't know, Faces of Death was supposedly real videos that people filmed, and okay, but there was one made me laugh my ass off. So in the context of this is real shit, there was this guy who for his birthday party decided they were going to bungee jump.
Oh no.
Now off of a building. Now what they were saying, of course, was they made the bungee too long because there's no 13th floor. They counted 1 2 3 4 5, and they expected there to be a 13th, but there's none, so it was 1 floor short. My thought is, no, this is a bad idea from beginning, because when you bounce up, you're smacking yourself like a bug onto a freaking window or wall. So right at the concept of it, I was laughing.
Like the most bizarre game of paddleball ever.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, if you ever read a Darwin's Award, sometimes just the setup, you start laughing because you know how this is going to end. My favorite being the guy who wanted to check to see if a fuel tanker was empty, so he grabs his lighter.
Oh,
I don't have to finish that story. It's funny as right there. Yeah. Tales of Earth and Sea is amazing. What's the one about the little people? The one from Miyazaki with the little people. That one was really good.
Secret World of Arrietty was the movie he made, and the book it was based on was called The Borrowers.
Yeah, I love The Secret of Arrietty. It was one of my, not just one of my favorite movies, but that was a family day out. I'm a family man. I love going out with my kids and my wife, and this was one of those times they were young enough that they had to go where we took them, and so it was just really nice day out. So I remember that movie, not just for the movie being good, but for the entire day being good. I can't use movies as babysitters because I realize I either forgot the bad parts or I only watched the TV edit when I was a kid, says Justin. I'd never ever seen a Faces of Death movie. You know what? You can find that shit on Twitter now. I saw a Faces of Death where a parachute landed on a lake with crocodiles. It looked like it. That actually did happen here at Gatorland. So yeah, that Earwig movie is interesting. That Goro Miyazaki does not as good as his previous. Let's see, Totoro is a masterpiece, but the Disney dub sucks. The Fox Kids dub is better. Okay. Arrietty isn't from Hayao Miyazaki directly. Well, I know they're like really Studio Ghibli. It's like,
but they're all aping his style, and therefore
like calling, to me, it's like the Ghibli being Miyazaki is kind of like calling Pixar Disney. Not technically, but
yeah,
Or how I've seen a lot of people think that Coraline was a Tim Burton movie because it was made by the same guy who made.
It's produced by Tim Burton, therefore it's a Tim Burton movie, and that's why Nightmare Before Christmas is still known as a Tim Burton movie. It wasn't directed by him. Yeah.
In fairness, I've noticed this upon rewatching. A lot of the movies that people associate as Tim Burton's best work were actually made by what's his name, Henry Selick, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just find that funny that it's Henry Selick doing all the work, but Tim Burton gets the credit, even though most of Henry Selick's movies are better than most of Tim Burton's.
Glenzer is asking, I'll put this with foreign films anyway. Anime question: do y'all prefer it subbed or dubbed? I'm firmly in the dubbed camp.
I do.
And by the way, thank you very much for the super chat, Glenzer. Appreciate it. Rachel, you were saying?
Oh, I'm mainly subbed, but I'll do a lot of subs lately. Because if it's like a newer anime, then yeah, it'll have to be subbed.
All right. Anyone else?
For me, it depends. There are some dubs that I just love. I think the voice actors
Yeah.
do a fantastic job. I love the dub of K-On, but there are others where it just
Yeah.
doesn't work for me, and I've got to watch the sub.
For me, it depends on, did they get professional actors, professional voice actors, or does it sound like this? Or does it sound like one of our comic book readings? You know, that's basically it. Is it done professionally? Like I know, like Kiki's Delivery Service had what's her name? Mary Jane is Kiki.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Castle. Christian Bale was Howl. You know.
Okay.
So if it's done like that, then yeah, the dubs are fine to me because it's animation. It's the same thing. You get somebody who cares about the project that they're doing, then the dub can be fine. If it's a foreign film, just foreign though, and I'm doing something like if it's auction day and I'm working on the auction, I can't always read the subtitles, so I'll put on a dub anyway. But overall, I want subtitles because I want the original performance.
I prefer dubs because I have optic nerve damage, and so it takes my brain a while to process language when I'm reading. And if I'm watching an anime, stuff is happening while I'm trying to read what people are saying, so it's just easier to do dubs. And even bad dubs I have a soft spot for, because as a Western person who enjoys the shit out of anime, the bad dubs are kind of part of the fun sometimes.
Yeah.
It gives anime this unique quality that Western animation doesn't have when the dialogue is so stilted like that. So I've grown to even enjoy bad dubs. Although to be fair, I still appreciate the hell out of good dubs. Like Death Note is one of the best dub jobs I think I've ever seen in anime, which probably is a contributing factor to why Death Note is my favorite anime, despite the fact that everything goes downhill after L dies, but that's neither here nor there.
Now, Eric Breen is saying, I prefer sports. Can we talk about something I know?
No, we can't talk about sports. This is a comic book channel, and we're nerds.
I didn't have
sports comics, so shush.
Yeah, let's talk about sports comics. Did you ever read the Golden Age comic of, what was his name? First black player, Jackie Roberts.
Jackie Robinson.
Robbins, that's why I said Robbins.
Not to be confused with Jakey Robinson. That's the sign that went up somewhere trying to honor him.
Well, Zach Richards is saying that, do you watch sports in other languages?
Yeah.
Does New Japan Wrestling count?
Wait, did you say new or nude?
New.
Okay.
All of the two aren't mutually exclusive because, let's be honest, it's Japan.
Yeah, but Dalton, I don't presume to speak for you as a gay man, but I don't even think you'd be interested in New Japan Wrestling looking at some of those fellas.
No. Unfortunately, there aren't many physically attractive Japanese people by my standards, but that's neither here nor there.
Zach says, Richards, it's been 3 years, E.
I finally got it right.
Well, he'll probably just change his name out of frustration to Richards.
Let's see. Parker Luck, what's that? Says, my favorite nerdisms outside of reading comics are animes like Star Blazers and Vampire Hunter D, Star Trek franchise, and car shows. Dukes in KR. I don't know what is that a car show type or is it someone Dukes in KR? I'm not quite sure.
I'm pretty sure Dukes refers to Dukes of Hazzard, but I'm not sure what KR
like
stands
car
for.
in Knight Rider. Okay, Dukes of Hazzard and Knight Rider. Okay.
Okay, we're both idiots. That should have been obvious.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about car shows. I was going to say with or without the models.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I was going to immediately start talking about how awesome British Top Gear is, but that's neither here nor there when he said car show.
The last cinematic appearances of the Three Stooges was in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. By the way, wonderful comedy. If you guys ever get a chance to check it out, you should. There is a Cliff Notes version called Rat Race, but trust me, Mad, Mad, Mad World
I believe it is. It's actually free on YouTube right now.
Mad World?
I believe so.
A friend of mine gave me that DVD for Christmas a couple of years back.
Ron, you said free on YouTube. I just heard free on and had flashbacks.
Oh, I got a video.
Oh, no.
I got a video to do, Dalton, for the movie channel. If you want to join, I went garage. You know what? Fuck it. I'll spoil it here anyway. I went garage sale hunting today. I want to show some stuff off. Please, by all means, read comments. I'll be right back.
Now, Rachel, if you ever wonder what someone sounds like after they've snorted Freon, MK. I can't imagine what he would sound like if he ever did. And I told him that once too. It's not worth the risk. But
his voice would start sounding like a subwoofer. It would literally
would blow up our computers.
Seismic disturbance.
You guys know I've mentioned
he gets close to Freon and all of a sudden becomes Black Canary.
No, he means Black Bolt.
I have mentioned a couple of times that I live on the wrong side of the tracks. Like literally, there is a road that if you cross, you're into a very rich neighborhood. Well, the very rich neighborhood had a community garage sale today. I had to drop Elizabeth off at work, so it's late in the day. All right, fine. I didn't even know they were doing this. I got the tail end, and I go up to this one house, and they say, "Hey, we don't want to carry any of this inside. We'll give you a deal." And normally, I'm looking for stuff to sell on eBay, but fuck that, I'm keeping all of this. I don't know, should I tell you the amount I paid for this, but first or last, but I got the this Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite game for Xbox One. That's as far as I go. I don't have any PlayStation 5 or Xbox Squared or whatever they're called. But then I got Rambo, which I think is very good movie.
Great movie.
Yeah. I also got the Terminator 2 film. Which, this is the we have all the bells and whistles version.
Yes.
All right. Next up,
I'll be back.
I should show this one off next because a lot of people hate these movies, but I think this is either a Canadian or a European, which will play on this region. Blu-rays do play this region, but it's the Hobbit trilogy.
Oh.
So all three films.
Nice.
But if you
the
see these
1970s version was better.
I agree. If you see these right here, this is not American.
Yep.
All right. Next up, I got the Rocky box set.
Ooh.
So this is all of them, all the way up to Balboa, the best of all Rocky movies.
Yes.
My mom would probably fight you for those. That's her geekdom. She is obsessed over anything that Sly Stallone was in.
Yeah, well, the Rocky series is incredible. Yeah. I like every film. I love a lot of these movies.
Yeah, they're all good.
And then this was the one that I almost, this is the one that made me go, oh, and I ran over to, okay, I'm going to get this. Because I think these are good movies to great movies. And then after these 4 movies, they suck. And that's the Alien Anthology on Blu-ray.
All the Alien movies. Get out.
This is 1 through 4. And now a lot of people, they bash 3 and they bash 4. I think good reasons. Obviously, there are some good reasons to bash them. But one's directed by David Finch, who did 7. And the other one is done, I forget his name, he did City of God. Beautiful visuals in number 4. But this thing, it's like a freaking book, and it's got all sorts of shit. It's got all...
man.
And it's got this, it's got an entire disc devoted to all of the extras and everything. This is a great freaking set. I mean, this is
box sets are my cocaine. I love getting movie box sets and show box sets.
Okay, so I'll do this. This alone on a used market, how much would you pay?
$50.
$20 maybe?
20?
$20.
Maybe 30 or so.
At least 30.
This entire pile, including the video game, $12.
Damn.
You lucky bastard.
Oh my gosh. I walked up and I didn't say, well, I've got this much, blah, blah, blah. I just walked up and said,
yeah,
okay,
you never tell the seller how much you have.
Yeah. What would you do for these? And they said $12, and I'm like, woo.
So
and, yeah.
I'm so
Sold
jealous.
so fast, you don't know what you have, and I'm fine with that.
I was thinking about going back because they had some TV show called Spartacus, which I'd never seen before. But
Oh,
they had,
you haven't seen Spartacus?
No, they had 3 seasons of it on Blu-ray, and I was like, oh shit, I should go get that. But when I pulled the money out, I realized I'm $20 missing. So I don't know what happened to that, but yeah.
Why is she breaking out her toys all of a sudden?
She wants to show. It's show and tell, I guess.
Show and tell.
That's part of my geek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have moved on from the Anglin airs his grievances with everyone portion of the live stream, and now it is show and tell.
Yeah, I'm not being yelled at.
That was just 30 minutes worth of work under the bridge for that amount. Thank you for thinking I make that much. You know what I got for $12 a pizza? I'm very happy. I originally was thinking, okay, I'm gonna find something for eBay, but nah, these are keepers.
I can't find the Mark II, but I do also have the Mark II.
Do you have the statue of all the armors?
No, I do not.
Did you see it?
I have not seen it.
Okay, let me see if I can't look it up.
There's so many Iron Man statues.
There's a Hot Toys that I really want. There's like a couple of them actually. Dalton would like one of them, although he doesn't like the portrayal, but it would be so cool.
The Cumberbatch Strange.
Yes, the Hot Toys action figure that's like $300 or more.
Honestly, at those prices especially, I'd rather just get the statue because I've never been an action figure guy. I've always preferred the statues.
Yeah, I like that because you can.
Well, this isn't it, but it's kind of like the Hot Toys thing you're talking about. But they're saying it's miniature. The one my comic shop had, they were a good 12-inch. I mean, it was huge. I looked at it, but it was expensive as fuck. But
actually speaking of that, I did almost break that rule when I found out that they have a Hot Toy version of Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate from Black Adam. I almost was like, should I break my no action figures rule and get this? But
yeah, but how much was it? $350 or something?
It actually was only like $150. The version that I saw. So like I would have almost done it, but something really minor ended up dissuading me from doing it, which is I didn't realize it in the movie, but they changed the color of the Cloak of Destiny. In the cinematic Dr. Fate, and I didn't realize that.
What do we have there, MK?
Oh yeah, I want to see if Zack gets it because he's actually a dinosaur character, but the hardcore Transformer fans in the chat probably know who this is, but not a lot of people I don't think would know.
That's a dinosaur one.
Yeah, he's a Transformer from a certain series.
It does look more than meets the eye.
Yeah, this is his robot mode. Now, if I transform into it, he'll look like a raptor if I put him in the beast mode.
Oh, cool.
I was going to say everyone's showing off their figures, and I'm waiting for Eric Breen to show off like some baseball cards or something.
Last year's Christmas.
So what? Okay, if everybody's on show and tell, Eric, along the lines of memorabilia, what would you have to show off? Oh, I know something you could show.
Eric's being mean.
It's a who cares a con. No, I actually have something because I did get him a gift.
That's what MK just showed to me.
Okay.
Oh, the who cares? Okay, I got Eric I got Eric a gift because I wanted to buy some, show my appreciation to everybody. Thank you very much for helping out. And what do you get, Eric? What do you get? He's either had or still owns everything. So I felt, hey Eric, show the gift. If you can find it. Yeah, I don't know if you flushed it.
I think he had. No, he didn't flush it.
Oh, I know what he's gonna show.
This is what my pal AB thinks of me.
There you go.
Oh.
That is pure awesomeness. I'm sorry, but it is. They in 1970s, they printed a comic book on toilet paper so you could read it while you were shit.
Wow.
And
Is that
since
Spider-Man or
everything
Hulk?
and now since everything comes full circle in 2023, they print all their comics on
I was gonna say, and now they really are going down the shit.
By the way, that has got to be one of Marvel's most rare comic books.
It has to be, yeah.
And by the way, just because they think you take a lot of fast shits, by the way, because it's only like eight pieces long.
I use up the whole roll.
I eat way too many nachos for that.
Actually, on the topic of really weird and bizarre specific geekdom things, I have something I can show off, but it's going to take me a minute to find it. Be right back.
Okay.
Rachel, I'm too lazy to go look for them, but when a meth head broke into my house about 5 years ago, they stole 7 baseball cards from me, and they were valued at about $5,000.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, and the sad thing is they had no idea. They could have been 7, Joe Schlabotniks, and another Peanuts reference.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have known the difference.
Dang.
Is there something that you have that you were surprised to find out was valuable?
Oh, I have the Star Wars, the original trilogy. I have the Star Wars box VHS set, and I was surprised that was
the one from the 1980s.
I think so. I don't know the year, but I remember seeing it online recently.
Okay.
Yeah, the pre-special edition.
Is it silver or is it black?
I have to go look, but I don't know.
No worries. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a pretty good find. I found a couple of those VHSs a long time ago, and those are worth something. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about anyone else? What do we have here?
Oh.
We're gonna start with Eric here.
This is the box that packs of 1969 Topps cards came in.
That's the box for them.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
And I paid $50 for this box. There are no cards in it. It's just I put on. One of the things that the meth heads, and I just happen to have this up. I mean, it's not one of the more valuable ones by any stretch, but this is a Cons Frank Robinson from 1964.
Wow.
And I have until I got broken into, I had the complete set of 1954 Topps. Now I'm missing the Hank Aaron and Ted Williams. But this collection was more valuable than my comics, unfortunately, because when I collected as a kid, when my dad passed and the kids came into money like an idiot, I decided to revisit my childhood. So I bought a ton of baseball cards, and then the bottom dropped out of that.
Yeah.
You must have loved the ending of the movie Comic Book Villains then, where it turns out the really valuable thing was the
baseball cards in the closet.
Baseball cards.
Yeah, it's like that was clever.
All right.
Eric, I posted a link in the private chat. I don't know, would these be like the same kind of cards?
$1969 Topps baseball complete set break, 10 cards per box. I think his are original, right?
So I'm checking this out here.
It says limited run of 66.
In the meantime, Authenticator had something to show off. What is your secretly you didn't know it was valuable? Well, holy crap!
This
it's a tarot deck.
Yeah, this is the DC Vertigo tarot deck with art by Dave
see you,
McKean,
but not the tarot. You want to move the box over just a touch. There you go.
There you go.
With art by Dave McKean of Sandman fame.
Okay.
The Fool card is John Constantine. Dream of the Endless is the Hierophant. And of course, Death is the Death card, but we didn't see that coming.
Well, that's kind
so
of
yeah,
cool.
that's given how mystical, I'm a magical practitioner. I've been a magical practitioner for 16 years, and I'm also a massive Sandman fan, and I'm a geek. So when I saw that there was a DC Vertigo Sandman or DC Vertigo Tarot deck, I was just like, I would be having that, please. Now, granted, it was like $150, but it's right in the center of my Venn diagram of geekdom. So be it. It was actually a Christmas present a couple of years ago.
Well, there you go. How about you, Trusty? Do you have any secretly, like you didn't know and then you looked it up? It's like, holy crap, that's worth something.
Oh, you're muted, Trusty. You're muted.
I don't know that I have anything that's really valuable, that's worth anything, but I do have like this nifty set of widescreen Star Wars cards.
Ooh, I remember those.
Yeah, these are pretty fun,
Those are nice.
A lot of glare, but they're there.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I have no idea if they're worth anything or not.
I remember collecting that first run.
Yeah. If you have any merchandise with Revenge of the Jedi on it, you have bank.
No.
You have bank because they did put out a few things with that on it before they quickly changed the title.
Right. No, I am really into the statues, and so like this is probably my favorite one, which is the Adam Hughes.
Oh my!
Zatanna one.
I think he has that one too. I'm not sure. I think he does.
That's a nice one.
So
on the topic of statues, I have the 10th anniversary Sandman statue, but I'm not going to bother to get that down because it's A, on a high shelf, and B, I don't want to break it because it was like $300, so you don't get to see that one, I'm afraid.
Lobby cards? I think some of the fossils collect the lobby cards.
Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah.
I looked at those and I can't tell. I think what that might be is you get 10 cards for $80, whatever, and it can be any 10 cards. I'm guessing the valuable ones that they listed, there's probably one of each of those.
Yeah.
And you might more likely you're going to get 9 commons and maybe one of those in some kind of condition. Now the boxes, I'm pretty sure, are reproductions.
Okay.
That's what I gathered from that, because because those, if you got one card on that, a lot of those are worth more than the $80 themselves if it's in good enough condition, because they're 54 years old now.
Yeah, it's like a roll of the dice. You don't know what you're getting.
Yeah. That's what I took that to mean.
Yeah.
But I saw those going back all the way to 1956, and that's there's the meth head didn't get any of those. I do have a complete set of those.
Sorry,
I was just looking, trying to help.
But to put it in, to put some geek on that, they also got my 2 superhero lunch boxes.
Yeah.
Question: who is this meth head that you keep referencing? I've always meant to ask. And
whoever it was that broke into the house.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I was surprised to find this has value.
Oh.
Beyond what I had paid. I'm kind of in the same box as Eric, where I stopped reading Batman right before the Hush series. I never realized these things.
Terrible time to stop there.
Yeah, it's like I read Batman Adventures up to issue number 11. It's kind of like that. But I was
I stopped reading Batman right before Dark Knight Returns.
Right, but yeah, I was actually surprised to find that this has got value. It's the entire book. It's the entire run. It's an omnibus, basically. Before they made omnibuses.
Dalton, I don't know if you've probably heard this, but so what he's referring to as far as in my boat, my LCS dealer begged me to buy Walking Dead #1, and I didn't.
I had 2 copies.
Shut up.
And this I just found out is selling at around $150. And yes, I do have the box for it. So that is good. I'm trying to get the not glare on it, but yeah.
She's just so pale.
I know.
I noticed that.
So that was cool, especially considering I bought it for like $20 at one of the warehouse sales. So, okay, I like that. Thank you. That's how I get a lot of the statues because
it's always funny when sellers don't realize what they have.
Well, what ends up happening is they go out of print.
I will not say that the G word, Zach. It's going to get off.
Do it.
No.
What are we doing now?
Say go so Zach could bid on the Supergirl statue that I just got a cover for so I could put it on the wall.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Trusty, show that Zatanna statue and see if that's the same one that E has.
Okay.
Show that one again because E has a Zatanna statue as well.
No, his is a little bit different. Mine is the animation.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
The Twiddles, by the way. Let me see if I can't get her down. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that one.
Let me highlight you.
So could you change the clothes on that, or was
There
it
we
like?
There we go.
Let's find out.
And immediately demonetized for pornographic content.
Oh. I got another one. Hang on.
Okay.
Mine being on the top shelf, I haven't cleaned it in a long time, so it's all dusty.
I haven't even moved the I haven't even moved the Sandman one out of its box, mostly because I don't have a nice place to put it, and I'm not putting it in a disrespectful place, so it's still in its box.
Yeah, I keep all the boxes. They're in the garage. But this one's been sitting on a high shelf forever and a day. The problem is that twigs used to like to fly and land on the statues. Now, yeah, if it's anchored, fine, but this one was just on a high. This one was on a high bookshelf, so the hat.
Oh no.
The hat that she should be holding.
Well, you can glue it.
Oh yeah,
no.
I can glue it, but yeah, but this is from the animated series.
Yeah, that's cute. That's really cute.
Let me highlight there if you don't mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a little dusty there. I definitely have to give her a cleaning because she's been on that top shelf for a long time. But yeah, that's
nice legs.
It's pretty cool. I didn't see yours though, Trusty, or did you already put it away?
No, I've got the other one right here. This is the Kotobukiya.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Those look good and bad to me. Because the
them.
Faces they look
white?
they look too anime for me, but I mean, hey, those are pretty damn. I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers.
Yes, we're going to turn this into a Zatanna appreciation stream now, folks.
There's a lot of appreciation for Zatanna in this stream.
Yeah, if it's gonna be a Zatanna appreciation stream, I might have to leave then because I don't like Zatanna.
What do you have?
This one I got. I don't know how. I look online. It's only like I think 100,000 more new, but I can't find any new ones. But see if you guys recognize.
Oh, dude! I almost bought that. That is so sweet. It's from Injustice.
Yes.
Injustice 2. Yeah. Holy crap!
Yeah,
that is sweet.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's like evil Wonder Woman and strangling Batman.
Somebody was trying to get rid of theirs for only $70, and I passed on it, and I do wish I did not.
Yeah, actually, I had to put this together because it came with the special edition of the game. So
yeah,
I put these things here, the wings. I think let's see, I think that was it. But the ship you have to put together a little bit, but otherwise everything else is just already.
Yeah, I have a statue I think Dalton will appreciate.
Is it Batman right behind you?
Is it your penis?
You'll have to full screen.
You know what? The fact that he would have a statue of his penis.
Is it your penis? Is it really?
Why?
The Batawang.
You'll have to full screen me to find out.
I mean, it's one thing that Dalton might appreciate. It's another one for him somewhere in his house. He has a statue of his own schlong. Or someone else's.
Boot to the head for all of you.
That is some
what? Oh.
You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, so now you get a boot to the head. I have excess boot to the head energy now.
It's a Big Poppy.
Is that what you call it?
This was also one of the things that my buddy stole when he broke in. But a friend of mine had given my brother and I the same gift for Christmas, and Phil said, I'll never put it up anywhere, so he gave me his. So at least got that back.
I feel so bad. One Christmas, RDV found a Steamboat Willie model. I can't put together models, so I still have it, and I still have all the pieces, but I can't put it to. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I'm reading the instructions, and the instructions literally say, "You will never understand this. Why are you trying?" I didn't know those were the instructions, but I was like, okay, insert A into slot B.
You don't speak IKEA?
No, I do not at all. I have tried to put that thing together. It's just not working. Like, I could put the Mickey Mouse together, but I can't put the rest of it to make it look like he's on a steamboat and everything. What do we got? I really want a thing statue, says Zach.
I have something similar.
I want the statue that I want is Captain Marvel. Oh, I really want an older Captain, not a Monica Rambeau or what's her name?
You want what's his name?
Marvel.
Marvel?
No.
Oh, you want what they call Shazam now?
No. I want
the
real Captain Marvel.
That one, yeah.
I want the real Captain Marvel. Yeah, none of that fake shit. Come on.
Let's get a G.I. Joe. You can take them apart.
Yeah. I could just stretch out the.
You can actually pull off like the hands, the elbows, the feet, the knees.
Split.
The head even.
Wait, does Dalton have the context of Rachel saying that, or is this the first time? Nope.
Wait, what?
Rachel P got something on her mind, and it's looking like Engleton and Zach are in that same. But wait, what?
I'm pretty sure this is the first time Rachel and I have been on a stream together, unless
Rachel said that you probably wouldn't like her.
Oh no!
You did say that.
I did.
Yeah. Why?
You said it live because you are a very wordy person, and she only says penis.
Yes, I only say penis.
Well, I suppose that's what the P stands for. That actually makes sense now.
Yes, it does.
Okay, there we go. All
right.
right.
I want to show you something. So, you guys, are you a fan of Bob Ross? I got a Bob Ross original here. No, I'm joking.
Bob.
This is actually me. I painted it.
You painted this?
That's so good.
That's pretty cool.
I paint too. Yeah, that's really good.
Those are some happy little trees.
From Bob Ross. Watching his videos years ago, and I just decided to. I mean, I used to paint in high school and do a lot of art, but then I stopped for a while. But,
yeah.
So,
it's expensive.
And Maranya is doing her show and tell here, and she's showing off. You know what? You pull that shit out, and I'll trounce you. This
is from your neck of the woods. My brother brought this for me.
Yeah.
Down there.
If you want to see.
He's my favorite character. So.
You want to see some Disney memorabilia? Geez, give me an hour.
No, well, you don't have the Song of the South poster anymore, do you, Engleton?
You know what? Too soon. Too freaking soon. That happened 15 years ago, and still too different. Yeah. For those of you who do not know the context of the dig there, I had to. Me and Gail were with my parents for a while. We move out, and I leave behind a couple of boxes in the garage. My mom says, you know what, we're going to have a garage sale. You're going to come pick this stuff up. I say yes, but I'm going to end up showing up after the garage sale, but don't worry, I'll be there to pick up the stuff. Well, my mom, being my mom, sometimes not thinking clear, puts the box of movie posters out for sale. In that box, I have a 1970s felt. You remember those glow in the dark posters?
Yeah.
What are they? Blacklight posters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasia movie poster.
Oh my God.
These, I had a 1970s re-release of Pinocchio and Alice in Wonderland. I had an original Pete's Dragon, and I had a 1980s re-release Song of the South movie poster.
Oh no!
My mother sold them all.
You know, I would have thought you would have held on to those.
For a fuck you, Eric. My mom sold them for $1 each.
And the gods of cinema are screaming in perpetuity.
They're probably just looking down and laughing.
The Alice in Wonderland is that the yellow poster where everything seems to be. It's such a beautiful.
That sucks.
Alice in Wonderland.
I'm surprised with all your eBaying prowess, you haven't tried to get them all back at some point.
Well, I might have eBay prowess, but I don't have the money. Prowess.
Yeah, that would cost an arm and a leg now.
In other words, ladies and gentlemen, reunite Anglin with his lost posters by sending in super chats.
This was the Alice in Wonderland movie poster that I had.
Ooh.
Very Peter Maxey. Let's see. And this was the Fantasia blacklight. Right here.
Oh my. Oh,
that's so nice.
It was so effing cool. Yeah, I mean, I love these posters. Yeah. And then there was the Nookie Owl. My daughter, when she was a little baby, said, "It's Nookie Owl."
which is?
Pinocchio.
Nookie Owl.
Yeah, it was this one here. I'm trying to find a decent one, but it was this one here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. By the way, if anybody tries to sell you an older poster, because there are people out there trying to sell fakes, if they try to sell you an old movie poster like this and it's rolled and it doesn't have folds in it, it is a fake. Back in the 70s, they used to fold up the movie posters. They would put them in with the film cans.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until the 80s that they started to roll the posters and send them in tubes. And then there was the 1980, and this was the big one. Yep, this is it. This was the one that I really wish he didn't sell.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would definitely be on the wall. That would be in a real frame at this point.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, who's got the echo?
Not me.
No, we're going hunting. Okay, who's got the echo? Hello. Hey, Trusty, you got an echo going on. All righty. All right. Hey, Trusty, you got an echo going on. Yep. All righty. What do we got? Let's see. There are 5 fundamental forces to the universe: the strong force, the weak force, the electro, and racism. Okay. What do we got? I need more money. I don't know what's going on here. What's the logic of the Goofy and Pluto conundrum? One dog is a bipedal and talks. The other dog is a dog. Yeah.
Also, I think Goofy is supposed to be a cow. Actually,
you know, that is the most popular video on my Disney on my theme park channel. I did a video about the controversy about the whole is Goofy a dog or so. Like, people are still doing that. There is, by the way, evidence that he is a cow.
Oh, from the old cartoons, yeah.
Yeah, in the old black and white cartoon.
Clarabelle and the male cow.
Right, and it looked like Goofy, but it was not named Goofy. Goofy's first appearance is in a cartoon. He's fishing with a cricket. It's a different character. He's a dog.
Well, I mean, they don't have to be the same character for them to be the same species, though. If sapient cow people are a thing in the Disney cartoon universe, then it still could work for Goofy.
Nah.
Eric's saying, I don't know much about posters, but those look like more than $1. Oh yeah. I don't know. this is going to hurt me, isn't it? Let's see. Go on to eBay. Song of the South.
Join us as Eglantine mourns his lost finances.
Poster. Or no, one sheet, I should say, because one sheet. All right. Oh, no. It's only $150.
Only.
Well, given what it is, it probably is lowballing it a bit.
Yes, they can sell it.
You know, you probably should have had your mom hold out for $2 or $3.
I know, right? Yeah. Good Lord. Anybody got?
Insert the SpongeBob meme here of Squidward kneeling by the grave, except it's captioned, "Here lies Eglantine's hopes and dreams."
I know, right? Anybody got $150 I could borrow? Just asking. Actually, I found the first appearance of Legion of Superheroes in the wild, finally, and the first time in my entire life. Anybody got $4,000 I could borrow?
Now that hurts.
I actually found the first appearance of Doctor Strange at the very first Comic-Con I ever went to, and it was only $50. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was in college at the time, and I didn't want to spend an inordinate amount, so I didn't buy it. And then I told my mom about this later, like months later when I came home from college, and she said it would have been totally fine. And I am still mentally kicking myself in perpetuity for that.
Yeah, this is at my comic shop right now. I was showing my daughter was with me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the first appearance of Legion Super. Oh my gosh, that's the first appearance of Brainiac. Holy crap, that's a $12,000 comic book right there, kids.
You know, it's depressing.
Who's got the wrapper?
I had that Adventure Comics.
Yeah.
I had the Strange Tales Dalton's talking about. I didn't get anywhere near that for either one of them. And that includes the $50 for the Strange Tales.
Now, if I had that $4,000, I'd be going through eBay or Amazon and looking for all the Marvel epics of Iron Man, because I want to be able to have a collection that goes from
the Masterworks, you mean?
Like Masterworks or the newer versions of them.
Okay.
Oh, the Epic Collection.
Yeah, the Epic Collections that would go from Tales of Suspense 39 up through 2000. I would probably stop at 2013.
The Epic Collections aren't that expensive, but I guess for you there are more Epic Collections of Iron Man than there would be of Doctor Strange, for example.
Yeah, there's a few. What I don't like is that they tend to divide some of the books into like Demon in a Bottle storyline or Armor Wars and things like that. I want straight, Tales of Suspense 39 through. Like I said,
what I find annoying is they release them out of order. Like they'll release one that's like, in my case with Doctor Strange, it's like Separate Reality features most of the Steve Englehart run, and then they went up and released one that came out in like the 1980s, and then they released one that was like an original Steve Ditko one, and then they released one that. And they still have yet to release the one I'm really after, which is Triumph and Torment, because that is the best standalone Doctor Strange story. Is Triumph and Torment.
Which ones are those, Dalton?
Good night, Spiffy.
Have a good one. Take care, Spiff. Be safe. Even Twiddle says so.
Because one of the few Epic Collections I'm actually still waiting on is a Doctor Strange. It would have been like the third volume, which has most of the ones that spun out of Strange Tales.
Triumph and Torment. That's the Doctor Doom.
That's the Doctor Doom crossover.
Yeah.
Which I hope to God the MCU lasts long enough for me to get an adaptation of that someday. I want an adaptation of Triumph and Torment.
I have a question for the comic book guys. Why isn't this the first appearance of Supergirl? I mean, I understand it's not the first appearance of Kara. But why isn't this considered the first appearance of Supergirl?
They probably considered first Superwoman, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. Because for those of you who don't know, obviously, first appearance of it's the Legion of Superheroes, first appearance of Brainiac, but the one right next to it is a story where Jimmy Olsen is given 3 wishes, and he wishes for someone who could help Superman. So thus appears a Supergirl in order to help him. And this is, in fact, the first appearance, and I believe she is even named as Supergirl in there.
But is it an Elseworld, though, is the question.
No.
It sounds like something that would be an Elseworld.
No,
story.
it wasn't an imaginary story. He was given 3 wishes, I think, by a magic genie or something. I forgot what it was, but
it's like a prototype. I mean, there's a Hulk in an old Strange Tales. There's a Magneto.
Yeah, but the Magneto is a monster.
Well, I understand that, but that's
they played silly buggers with the name Doctor Strange a few times before they hit on Stephen Strange proper too.
There's not like this character didn't come from Krypton, so I'm sorry, Krypton. So
it's not the characters. I think the thing.
But once again, I would argue with you. Okay, yeah, fine. Kara is her first appearance. A little bit later, fine, but this is the very first Supergirl, not tryout, but absolute Supergirl.
Okay, it's the first appearance of a Supergirl. It's not the first appearance of the Supergirl because, when I got Action 252, I got it for under $200. Nothing was worth that kind of money in those days, but that's the character that has stood the test of time. Yeah. That was a one-off. So, of course, the 252 is going to be worth a shit ton.
But you also got to figure that book establishes the copyright for the name. It's like the Hulk and the Doctor Stranges and the Magnetos. They had the copyright on that name so that they could company could therefore use it for a later character.
First appearances are always going to be the big debate. Is it 180 or is it 181? Obviously the market has told, but what is first appearance proper? Is it really Jimmy Olsen, or is it Forever People #1 for Darkseid?
It's sort of like when I think of the Human Torch, I actually think of the android Human Torch that fought the Submariner first, but every other person on the planet thinks of Johnny Storm. So,
well, even if you went character to character, Johnny Storm wasn't his book isn't valuable because of Human Torch. His book is valuable because it's the Fantastic Four.
Right, but you get my point. Yeah, it's a character with a similar name or a similar gimmick, but they're not. It's not. You couldn't say that the Human Torch that fought the Submariner, predating the Fantastic Four, means that Johnny Storm can't be called the Human Torch.
I'm not saying that. But the thing is like I think that the expensive first appearance of Deadshot is the wrong one. The most expensive version of the first appearance of Deadshot is the Golden Age version, where he's a guy in a suit and he's an assassin. But the one that we all think about is Detective. What is it, Eric?
474.
474. The one. Yeah, that's the version we know as Deadshot now. So
here's another question, because I'm weird with regard to this whole first appearance thing. Mm-hmm. I would rather the first actual story of the character be the one that's more expensive rather than the first appearance, because so many characters get a one-off mention here or there in someone else's book first, and then they go on to have their own first adventures and so on.
To you, issue 181 of the Hulk is first appearance of Wolverine, not 180, even though on the back page he is named, he's got dialogue. To me, 180, because once again he is named. Same with I'm a-okay with the first appearance of Darkseid being the Jimmy Olsen issue. What number is that again, Eric?
133, I believe.
Yeah, because even though you only see his face, he's called by name and he has dialogue, so he is a character in that story. It's a little. He definitely has more in Forever People #1. But he is still a character, and he's still named in Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. Now my question is, why is that the accepted first appearance, but Wolverine is Hulk 181 and Venom Spider-Man 300? Because Venom, same thing, full page, last page of 299. So I think that's interesting. Why?
Yeah.
In my opinion, you actually have to display the character before it counts as an appearance. They can't just be basically a glorified extra.
Wolverine and Venom are far more highlighted in those pages than Darkseid is in Jimmy Olsen. He is literally Morgan Edge is looking into his wristwatch. Darkseid's face is where the clock.
He's a face on a screen.
Yeah.
While with Wolverine, he's jumping down towards Wendigo and the Hulk with dialogue.
Well, he's standing. He's standing there. He's
okay,
posed.
I thought he was jumping.
No,
it's been a long time since I saw
the
it.
first appearance of Darkseid is like, picture this panel as a page. You are Darkseid.
Yeah,
you're one of like 7 panels. I mean, so it's that's why why one is accepted but the other ones aren't. And I've never gotten. And that's one. I don't know that anybody's.
That's why in my head the story that matters is the character's first actual story.
Here's a decent one. What's the first appearance of Mary Jane?
The one I would say it's the one where she's in the book, but you don't see her face.
25.
Yeah, she shows up as silhouettes in a couple of issues before she
she's
shows
sitting
up
behind a potted plant in 25. That's the first time you see her.
And then, of course, is it 50?
42.
42. Okay, yeah, 50 is Kingpin.
First Kingpin, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then that's
when I was a boy.
That's the you hit the jackpot tiger issue. Right? Yeah. Avengers 195. The last page and named is Taskmaster.
There you go. Yeah,
196 gets the love because he is also on the cover of 196.
Now, Hulk 180. Avengers 195, Spider-Man 299 are expensive books also, just not anywhere near.
Right, the other ones, especially 180. Superman 123 would be considered the Supergirl prototype, and Action 252 is the Supergirl design that DC finally decided to go with. Would that be the design of somebody in a red and blue and with a yes on the front and blonde hair girl? Because that's exactly the prototype. They didn't change anything but from bouffant to long hair. That's it. Otherwise, she would look exactly like Kara.
Well, here's an interesting.
That's actually, by the way, that's what started this whole debate off. Go on ahead. Sorry, Dalton.
Here's an interesting thing for me. Everyone knows my particular fandoms are what they are. I mean, I've made 2 segments on I Love Comics already on my favorite characters, but that's neither here nor there. In the first appearance of the JSA, Dr. Fate's origin is completely different from the origin that is accepted all through the rest of the Golden Age, because the Justice Society first appearance actually happened before More Fun Comics 67, which is the issue where Dr. Fate's origin is actually explained and expounded upon. So what exactly is the canonicity of that version of Dr. Fate when you consider the appearance in the first issue of the JSA book happened before the origin issue, but the origin issue is the one we consider canon. I realize I'm the only one on Earth that cares about that, but I care about it, damn it. So we're going with...
Now, one slick dude is saying different costume design, look at them. But no, one thing I want to make clear, I wasn't arguing for the first appearance of Kara. I'm arguing for the first appearance of Supergirl, which the prototype is. Just saying. But hey, look, the market has spoken. And
it's one of those elf worlds before we had a concept of elf worlds.
Even on that comic, what the comic shop does is they have that sticker, and underneath they'll say why it's worth so much, and it does say first appearance of prototype. It's just the way it is. But there's a lot of books like that. The Gambit issue, what's popularly known as the first appearance of Gambit, isn't, because there, of course, is the cameo he has in the annual. So it really depends. I think if they're highlighted and they're named and they have dialogue, like you said, if they're part of the story, and there's a lot of people who have 1 or 2 lines in a book before their big appearance.
It's like the conversation you and I have had behind the scenes a couple of times, Eglantine. When is the first appearance of John Constantine? because yes, while he appears in Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run, he doesn't really act much like himself, or at least not the version of the character that we would all know and love.
Yeah, that's
he doesn't really start acting that way until Sandman issue 3 when he and Dream go at it with each other.
But that goes to that. You would also have to ask, when is the first episode of a TV series? Because a lot of times the first season, they're not really the characters we get to know.
Or the pilot. Yeah, the pilot is always funky.
That's
and
the
whatnot.
same way with Constantine. They introduced him, but then they found his character later in his run. Go on ahead, Eric, and then
I would say the first appearance of Constantine is the Keanu Reeves movie.
The true Constantine.
I'm going to murder all of you. It will be painful. It will be slow, and you will regret every decision you have ever made before I'm done.
I'm regretting
it. I'm not saying it is.
You can't murder me. I'm a cartoon character.
Now, one slick dude challenging me on this, and
I will get some dip. I will call Judge Doom, and I will get dip.
Don't get the weapons from Acme.
No, my worst enemy.
One slick dude is still challenging me on the Supergirl thing. This is the first Supergirl. The first reference to Supergirl is in 252. Okay, that's fine. But Magic, this is another one that pisses me off, or at least doesn't piss me off. But I argue about. Magic is literally in a book called Magic for 4 issues. And then she's in New Mutants. And then finally, what is it, issue number 14? They finally call her Magic, and people are saying that's her first appearance. She's literally in a book called Magic.
I think
she has her own series.
I can top that. The first time they call Wendell Vaughn Quasar is in Hulk 234. That's $85 now, which is more than Captain America 217. Which is the first time he appears in that costume.
Go figure.
I say, it's weird. And I just looked up the two. Superman 123 is $4,000. Did you see what Action 252 is up to?
I guess it's to 15 or 20, right?
32.
32,000. Wow.
Now, again, as I say, under 200 when I bought it.
Wow.
I was already sober when I bought it, so that was within the last 30 years. It has gone up that much. Yeah.
It's really from Cool World.
You know why I bought it sober? Because I couldn't afford it when I was drunk, so I spent all my money on beer.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's a debate, and it's a fun debate. But
I just remembered in high school, my guitar teacher, he drew a picture of Supergirl and gave it to me.
You should have reported him. I think he was.
No, he was really cool.
Was Supergirl dressed?
Draw me like one of your Supergirls.
Jack.
This is how I picture you in my dreams.
No.
Right. You were talking about something earlier when you mentioned that Constantine. Obviously he's not the Constantine we get to know. And does that, but if that's the way, who really did create Constantine? Would it be Neil Gaiman, or there was a big debate around who created Cable? Because literally,
the Cable guy.
Right. Literally, Rob Liefeld just has a picture and his name's Cable. And then he's put into the book where was it Louise Simonson? Was it who was writing at the time? But anyway, the writer takes it and then puts character into this picture. So did Rob Liefeld create him, or did the writer create him who put something into him? Because he was just man with gun in pouches, lots and lots of pouches.
Well, it's kind of like the question of which who gets credit for Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange versus whomever, when Steve Ditko and Stan Lee were working together, who gets credit for what? Yeah. I personally, the divide there goes Stan gets credit for Spider-Man, Ditko gets credit for Doctor Strange, and then of course we can go into the Bill Finger Bob Kane controversy, or we can go into the does J.K. Rowling owe a bunch of royalties to Neil Gaiman because she basically she basically ripped off Timothy Hunter to create Harry Potter. So
we're the only ones that are chiming in. Anybody
yeah,
else?
I know, but it's still true.
But yeah, that's a big question. Now, I would think if I'm really thinking about this, I'm putting stuff in because this was a debate back in the 90s. Who actually created cable? My thinking is there was nothing, and then there was something. Now, obviously, if two people are in the same room and they go, "Hey, we should do this character. It should be this guy. Should be that guy," or "I've got a picture. What do you think? Who should he be?" And they're collaborating. Okay, you got something. But to me, Rob Liefeld had a picture.
Well, yeah, I hear
he created something out of nothing.
That's the thing. You can take away what Cable looks like, but keep the character elements, and he's still Cable. But you can't take away the character elements and have just the look, and it still be Cable. In the same way as I think we've all gotten to the point where we give Bill Finger much more credit for the creation of Batman than we give Bob Kane.
He talked Bob Kane out of that shitty ass red outfit to put him in what we know is the classic Batman.
Yeah, everything that is Batman came from Bill Finger. So
what I give Bob Kane credit for is he saw the shadow in The Man Who Laughs, and he says, "I want to do a hero, and I want to call him Batman." That is Bob Kane's. That is Bob Kane's
contribution basically to the character.
I'm pretty sure I'm being harsh on him a little bit, though.
I mean, he did make millions upon millions of dollars off of it for decades.
While Bill Finger died poor in alone.
Yeah, Bob Kane can console himself for the insult we're giving him by blowing his nose into the bottomless pit of money.
And I think we all know that Rob Liefeld needs to give money to Marv Wolfman and George Perez for Deadpool. It just needs to happen. He owes a ton of money to Wolfman and Perez. I mean, for Christ's sake, Slade Wilson. Really? Okay. Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
It's just I'm good. It's even the same costume, just different colors.
I mean, there's similar characters, and then there's just you're not even trying.
But what were we saying, Rachel?
I always get them mixed up.
What, Deadpool and Deathstroke?
Well, sometimes, certain pictures can look like that.
Yeah, I don't because I grew up on Glenn Arakami's Teen Titans, so I always think of him as Slade before I think of him as Deathstroke. And honestly, I'm gonna say it, and people are gonna hate me for saying it. I think the version of Slade we got in Teen Titans is a more interesting character than most versions of Deathstroke.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because he's actually a mastermind and a puppet master. And one of the things I love that they did with him in the Glenn Arakami version was they basically turned him into an evil version of Batman.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Many characters have co-creators. I hate you for saying that, Dalton.
yeah, I know. But is it wrong though? Is the question. You can hate me for saying it all you like, but I think it's still arguably true.
A lot of controversy around the creation of the Marvel Universe was Stan Lee, because the way Stan Lee would write, since he had to do so many books, of course, it was, here's the plot, you go draw it, come back, and I'll fill in the dialogue. So once again, it depends on it. Do you feel it's the character because it's an empty page and he drew this character is going to be called Mr. Fantastic, this character is going to be called Thing, and not that issue, but obviously Fantastic Four would be different. But you get what I'm saying. Jack Kirby went off, drew, and put life into him, and then Stan Lee does the dialogue. Stan Lee gets all the credit.
It's not as simple as an either or with Stan Lee. I don't think it's as cut and dry as the Bellfinger thing. I think some characters are definitely his, and some characters are definitely whoever he was working with.
Okay.
And you can tell because it's always a matter of who actually contributed the most to the idea of a character.
I am actually surprised, Trusty Maranya, you have no.
I was trying to say something, but I was talked over.
Bring it in. I'm just saying, you guys.
What I was going to say is that you cannot argue that with Silver Surfer, because Lee even admits that all of a sudden he was looking at the pages and he sees this guy on a surfer. Who's this? Oh, it's Silver Surfer.
Jack Kirby owns Galactus as well.
Yeah.
He said he drew Galactus. He says, no, I thought we needed like God. The G, by the way, is actually in Jack Kirby's mind God when he created Galactus. So yeah, he definitely did those two.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of characters who are arguably the devil. It makes sense that there are characters who are arguably God as well. Like. And I mean, then you throw in Siznek from Marvel Premiere and the whole Genesis story, and it gets really complicated.
Okay, now as like for Doctor Strange, I would argue that Stan Lee came up with the concept, and then Steve Ditko breathed life into it with his artistic vision. Same with Spider-Man.
I would go one step further on Strange and give almost the entire credit to Ditko because Stan only came up with the let's do a magician character.
No, he came up with more than that.
Everything that's iconic about Doctor Strange came from Steve Ditko's mind.
No.
I was
disagree. Because Stan Lee came up with the way he did the rhyming spells and whatnot. Ditko could not come up with that. Lee came up with that.
Hello to Delight Loves Movies. Greetings from Western Australia. Hello. How you doing?
So no, I disagree about.
And this is MK relaxing apparently. Yep. Yeah. If the Amazing Adventures of Kevlar and Clay show ever happens, hopefully it'll cover the golden age of comics as well as the novel, says Glenser. It's a magic discussion. Dalton is getting geared up.
Well, okay. Well, that's the thing. I was just about to rebut what Maranya said, but you cut me off. Anyway, the reason I give the lion's share of the credit for Doctor Strange to Ditko rather than Lee is because it was Lee's idea to do the Eastern influences. Right. It was Lee's idea to have him look like Vincent Price. He literally was inspired by the movie The Raven, Vincent Price's The Raven, which
I thought
also
he looked
starred
like Cumberbatch.
Do you want me to murder you? Because this is what's going to happen.
Keep on going, man. Keep on going.
But point being, everything that is meaningfully iconic to Strange came from Ditko, not Lee. Yes, you can argue a little bit with the dialogue, but a lot of that actually came in secondarily after the first issue when Lee saw what Ditko had done and was like, okay, I'm going to run with this. So yeah, I'm giving the lion's share of the credit to Ditko because excuse me, Lee essentially wanted a Mandrake the Magician or Zatara style character. It was Ditko's innovation to infuse the psychedelia, infuse the Eastern mysticism, and especially the Gothic overtones that he got from Vincent Price.
I asked a question. I had a poll. Oh wait, I put up a poll. I never checked the thing, but I asked a question about what I used to call Comic Book Thunderdome. I'm telling you, this right here, this is a oh, by the way, yes was the number one. But this is the kind of thing we need to do a Thunderdome on this. This is really cool. I want to bring back Thunderdome. I like Thunderdome. Thunderdome was a hell of a lot of fun, and even if we can't get a lot of chat members, if you guys ever have topics, let's take it to the ring. Let's take it to the dome. I think this is one of those things where we could do do a live stream where it's...
between the two of us, I think me and Maranya could go on at this point for hours.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this is
Depending on the topic, yes.
Yeah, I think this is something that can do where like we could find a day or something after a reading or whatever and do a comic book Thunderdome. If somebody has a debate, if somebody has an argument, let's take it to the Thunderdome and bring that shit back. I like having that. I like that. It was a lot of fun. Not a lot of people say they would volunteer to be in it, but occasionally, I mean, you guys are on screen. If you, we could do it within here. That's also what I thought about Jeopardy. If y'all want to play Jeopardy, instead of putting the burden on the chat, hey guys, come on, you guys are already on. Let's play Jeopardy, except for Rachel, who will run away.
Yes. I don't know anything.
Yeah, you already mentioned that, but you do know, you saw what we do with the readings. Jump on and enjoy with us. You would be fine. So there you go. Trusty said I need to say good night, but didn't want to interrupt. Have a good one. Have a good one, Trusty. Actually, we're probably going to end up here. We've been 3 hours. I'm getting hungry again. Weird thing about being sick these last few days is I can only eat like 5 or 6 ounces of food, and he was like, I got my freaking stomach stapled. Yeah. Elizabeth and I.
Oh, nice.
That is such a good move. Okay, you're interrupting, but why not? There you go. Hold on. Let me do this, and we'll let you give a little review. I did a.
Wait,
where'd you go? What the hell is this? Oh, let me remove that. There you go.
Okay.
Show off your DVD.
Yeah, so this is actually I think this is the Blu-ray Ultra. I forgot which one it was. Yeah, the
4K.
Blu-ray.
4K.
Then you get the Flash figure. Yeah.
That is a good movie, by the way. I do. Did I do a review? I thought I did a review of that on the movie channel. I know I did the Legion of Superheroes, which just came out. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's do proper. There we are. What was I talking about?
You were going to end the stream, and it's probably going to become one of those 20-minute goodbye things we do.
Which I can't put the banners up because I'm no longer authorized to do so.
Oh, I gotta change that.
Yeah, and I can't finish my Dr. Fate, Dr. Strange
send me the
I don't have the
emails
permissions
when
anymore.
we go backstage. Send me your emails again, and I'll put you back on there again. I might think about joining you guys one of these days. Hey, look, if you're wanting to play, or if you just wanted to chat, but these games, look, the Jeopardy isn't as scary as it looks. It's also fun.
It isn't.
Granted, look, if you're not me, you're gonna lose to Maranya. Just accept it.
It depends on what the topic is.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's luck, and I got to admit, I am a bit 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, and 80s heavy on the questions.
Yeah,
I think those are the more interesting decades. 90s comes up a lot, 2000s sometimes, but very rarely are you going to see this blah 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 Kamala Khan. It just doesn't happen.
It's also the performing under pressure thing that is annoying. It's like something that like the back of your hand just will all of a sudden vacate your brain because it's like, oh well, crap.
Now Glenzer's bringing up movies and such. See, I would do that to keep, but in all honesty, if I were to do a movie Jeopardy on this channel, I would make sure it was genre films, not necessarily superhero films, but sci-fi. And
it's a good idea for the movie channel, though.
We could,
you do have that.
We do have that, and yeah.
I do have a board for Jeopardy. One of the categories is vital information.
I'd be horrible at that.
Pop it up.
You want to pop up that board?
Yeah, if you want mine, we could. We can loosely play, or
okay. Let me go ahead and pop up. Let's see.
We could go me versus Dalton and MK.
Okay, I'll go ahead and pop up in a chat.
I will bitch slap them, and you guys could be judges.
Do you want to do 2 teams or 3 teams?
Three people. Rachel doesn't want to play. Eric doesn't want to play,
Yeah.
and I don't care if the other two don't want to play. They're playing.
I'll go ahead and start it.
Yeah, might as well. I just said, hey, we're gonna say goodnight. Let's play Jeopardy.
I told you it was gonna be one of those times.
Okay, Lisa, I don't think I can share a screen though.
If you put it up, you should be able to share it. Yeah.
No,
I think you have to click her now.
Yeah, you share the screen and then I'll put it on. Yeah.
Okay, how do I okay, let's see if I can do. I can't do it.
Well,
because I don't have a way to do it.
But others could. I get that all the time. Like yesterday, we showed off Alpha Eagle or American Eagle. What is his name?
Maranya, give me the link and I'll see if I can.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
Alpha Eagle showed up yesterday. If you guys don't know,
I'll put it in the private chat.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Alpha Eagle is, he was a guy who was making videos and going after Tristan, and I invited him on to discuss why the hell are you doing this, that kind of thing. And my whole thing is,
he's that guy. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to give him a chance to come on over here. We're not the toxic people. We're not always you got to insult this person, got to insult that person. And he shows up.
I think I got it up.
I don't know if you know this, but I said, hey, can you draw a profile picture for us? And I wanted it based on the Private Eyes with Don Knotts and Tim Conway. And Tim Conway has a bowler hat. So I thought, I could be the Don Knotts character. You could be Tim Conway.
I found it. I found share screen.
And
I got it up. But
yeah, Rachel's got it here. But if Maranya shares screen, she can control it.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
that's
important
okay.
part.
Go ahead.
And he drew it. Now he made your beard a little bit lighter, but so you can see the bow tie. It is really good. I was surprised. I'm a little bit fatter, but it's really done well.
Well, it's a caricature. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, of course. But he also included Twiddles, which I thought was a great.
Yeah, I mean, he's your silent Sancho Panza, so yeah.
I do not get the reference. You finally have stumped me, sir.
Don Quixote, you illiterate bastard.
What did you say? I heard Sansa Padra.
Sancho Panza.
Oh, Sancho. Okay.
Yeah,
the companion to Don Quixote.
I heard Sansa. I didn't hear Sansa. Yeah, I heard Sansa.
Okay.
Was just
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
So he's not illiterate. He's just deaf. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. The categories. This is the second round of it.
Now remember, you can change Team 1, Team 2, and Team 3 to names. I found that out the last time.
Who do you want to put on for Team 1? You?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll be 1. Let Dalton be 2, and MK be 3. MK, you good with this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cool.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you got Civil War 2. Holy shit! I am going to lose that.
What are the categories, by the way? I can't see because my phone screen is too small, so you're gonna have to read.
The categories are more marvelous nicknames, more distinguished nicknames. In other words, Marvel and DC nicknames for characters, Captain America, Civil War II, and vital information. Which I think once you answer the first one, you will get the gist of the category.
Alrighty. And the new rule is you cannot say me until Maranya finishes reading the question.
Correct. Okay. Who want? Which one do you want to pick?
Dalton, you want to go first? Control the board, or should we give it to MK?
Let MK do it.
MK, you're first.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna just suggest a 1 to 10 number, whoever has eyes. But
No,
okay,
go on ahead.
A more distinguished names for 200.
Okay. Winged Wonder.
Me?
Go ahead.
Who is Hawkman?
I should have said. I was thinking that. But I second guessed myself. I'm like, I thought, whatever. At first, I was thinking Hawkman or Angel. I'm like,
all right.
It's a DC category. It's distinguished names.
Let's do the same, but for Marvel. 200 for Marvel.
Okay. Winghead.
Me.
Go for it.
Who is Captain America? I'm giving them a little time to answer before me.
Okay.
All righty. Let's see. Let's go for vital information for 200.
People never want this writer to write their favorite comic book character.
Me.
Go ahead, Dalton.
Who's Bendis?
Who is? Oh, me.
Go ahead.
Who is Tom King? Okay. We'll never want this writer to write their favorite comic book character.
You'll kick me for this once you see the answer.
Oh,
MK,
okay.
you want to take a shot at it?
Yeah. Who is Vita Ayala?
This is too applicable to so many writers.
All right.
Okay.
MK, you got the board.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry. More distinguished names for 600.
Distinguished for 6?
Yeah.
Okay. The Corporate Crusader. I gotta look. I gotta get my file up so I know what he's actually the answer.
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
Who is Booster Gold?
Let me check it to make sure. Let's see. You said Booster Gold?
Yeah, who is Booster Gold?
That is correct.
Because he has actual advertisers.
Okay.
Right, because
Yeah.
the whole fame thing.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's take Civil War II for 200.
Alrighty then. The leaders of the different factions in Civil War II.
Me.
Go for it, Dalton.
Who are Captain Marvel and Iron Man?
You're at 0! Woo!
Okay.
Distinguished names for whatever the next
You got 400, 800, and 1,000.
400.
Okay. The Emerald Archer.
Me.
Go ahead.
Who is Green Arrow?
That is correct. Okay.
I'll stay with the category.
800?
Yep.
Okay. Tiny Titan.
Me.
That one I have no idea.
Who is the Atom?
Okay. Did you say me?
Yeah.
And you're saying the Atom?
Yeah, who is the Atom?
There you go. You got the board.
Is that supposed to be Vita information? Let's go with 400.
You want to go for vital information for 400?
Yeah.
Okay. This writer made James Bond a supporting character in their own book.
Oh, goodness gracious. Who is Vita Ayala?
Me.
Oh, shoot. I didn't say that, by the way.
You got it, though.
All righty. I get it. It's not vital information. It's Vita information.
It's a pun on the
I thought Danny Lore wrote that series.
No.
Right. Okay.
No.
Let's
I looked the other piece up.
Let's finish out more distinguished nicknames.
Okay, here we go. The Spirit of Truth.
Me.
Go for it.
Who is Wonder Woman?
And you say you don't know anything, Dalton.
See, you know 3 things so far.
You're doing pretty good.
I'm good. I'm good with the nicknames. The only one that threw me for a loop was Tiny Titan, because I could not for the life of me remember if Adam had any pseudonyms.
Well, my first thought was, what Teen Titan gets small?
Yeah, that was
my
I
first
was
thought.
I was trying to think which I almost said Bumblebee, but I knew that wasn't right.
Okay, Dalton, you have the board.
Let's do nicknames Marvel for what's left in that category.
400, 600, 8, and 1,000.
468 and 1,000.
For 4.
Okie dokie. Tiger.
Who is Spider-Man?
Let's see. Let's see. And you are correct. Where do you want?
Let's stay with the category.
600?
For 6, yeah.
Okay. Avenging Sun.
Me?
Go ahead.
Who is Thor? Oh, I missed one. Oh well.
Okay, anyone else want to try it?
MK, you want to try it out, or are you going to pass?
I think I have someone in mind, but I think it's
The
wrong answer,
Avenging
so I'm gonna
Sun.
pass.
This one, this is going to be one of those I'm going to kick myself.
Yeah, it is. It's
May
got to
I-
be an Avenger, but I'm trying to think of any young Avengers names that would.
Okay, we're going to
Eric, let Eric answer before you reveal.
The Submariner and Aaron.
See, Eric, why are you not playing?
That doesn't make it okay. I give us credit for not knowing that one because that doesn't follow Namor at all.
It does, because
He's avenging his people from the wrongs done to them by the surface world.
Right. Okay, and I believe who was it? Was it Dalton had the last? Correct?
Yeah, I was in
Dalton's
control
got
of the board last.
Okay.
So,
Which year you want to go?
Marvel nicknames for 800.
Okie dokie. J-Jaws.
Me.
Go
That's
for
the
it.
Incredible Hulk. Alrighty. Let's finish out the category.
Alrighty. Man Mountain.
MK? Were you raising your hand?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I was throwing something out. But
Man Mountain.
Sounds like a hottie.
He does, yes, but I can't think of who it would be.
Yeah,
I'm going to
Eric, do
just
you know
guess
this one?
randomly and say Juggernaut because that's the only one I can think of.
Is that your guess?
Nah, he's. I think we're saying no. Eric, do you have a guess on this one?
I actually don't because I can't get past Man Mountain Marco.
No. Give up?
Yeah. Who is Ant-Man? Okay. All right.
Another one
I've
that's
never heard
extremely
that one
counterintuitive.
in conjunction.
I've heard it's in the books.
Alrighty, let's see. Let's go with Vita information for 600.
This writer wrote a series about teens cosplaying X-Men.
If you need points, take it, guys. The answer's the same for all the questions.
Who is Vita Ayala?
Okay, there you go. If you haven't noticed yet,
I'm gonna stay with the category then because
that's the joke category. Go for 800.
yeah,
Yes.
let MK have one so he could at least catch up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. This writer nuked Storm and Black Panther's relationship that Ta-Nehisi Coates rebuilt.
Vita Ayala. Who is Vita Ayala? I forget you say that, right?
There we go.
Funny, I got the first one.
This is my joke category because everybody kvetches so much.
Take one more there, MK.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the vital information.
You want to take 1,000?
Yeah, for 1,000, yeah.
This writer made Riri Williams question being a superhero.
Yeah, Vita Ayala. Who is Vita Ayala?
All right, and we do have to say me before answering from here on.
Oh, we have to say me? Okay,
Yeah, for the next ones, obviously.
or I guess beep would also work because it's supposed to replace the buzzer noise from
Either one,
Okay, now MK, where do you want to go? Captain America?
Yeah, I'll go Captain America for 1,000. Yeah.
Really? Start off there.
Whoa!
Huh?
Yeah, whatever. It's fine, you know.
Okay, 4 DC heroes were based on Captain America. Name 2.
Oh my goodness. I'm drawing a blank.
I might know too.
I am literally drawing a blank right now. Even
Yeah,
though
I
I'm
have
seeing-
no idea.
I am seeing his freaking face. I can't think of his name. Dude from Justice League International. And goodness gracious. Yeah, you stumped me.
Yeah,
I only know one.
Okay, Rachel, you want to try it?
I mean, I don't know another one. I just know one.
Well, try one.
Captain Britain.
So that's
a Marvel character.
That's a Marvel character.
Yeah. Okay. Goodness gracious! What is? Hold on. What is his name? I see him. He's got.
When you're done, I'll tell you.
Did DC publish the boys? Because that would mean Soldier Boy counts.
No, boys aren't DC.
I feel like one of them was in Justice League Unlimited, the series, but I can't think
go right on ahead, Eric. Smoke it there.
General Glory, so you were trying to think of.
Yes. And who is the other one?
I don't know if this would count as one. There was a there was a team. Well, shoot. Sure, one of the Freedom Fighters, but
yeah, they went off of they went against Suicide Squad in one of their first ones. Remember, you're not a speedster, but yeah, they had a Captain America character. Go on ahead, reveal it. You stumped me.
Definitely. Yeah, I guess we know why this was in the
Guardian,
squad.
Agent Liberty, General Glory, Commander Steel.
Steel, that's the guy.
The Guardian, of course, being an actual shield carrying vigilante. Well, you still
why I don't play.
All right, you still got the board, MK.
Oh, okay. Civil War for 1,000.
Why are you starting at the bottom?
Okay, this Marvel editor worked on both Civil War and Civil War 2.
I'm just trying to think of who the editor was at the time.
They are a current editor, by the way.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
MK? You want to take a chance?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Eric, do you want to take a chance?
Tom Brevoort.
And this, MK, is why you don't start at the bottom of the category.
Well, I was thinking, but I didn't know for sure. Yeah, there's wow, you guys, you're actually stumping me on a couple. I didn't think that.
Okay, I'll see Captain America for 800.
Okay.
Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Okay, Double Jeopardy. This is yours, MK. You're the only one that can answer this question.
Okay.
Minimum wager is 100 unless the person is at 0 or has a negative score. Then you must wager is 800. Okay. What are you going to wager? You can wager a minimum of 100.
Yeah, just I guess 100.
Okay. Yeah. And Captain America is the first man on the moon in Marvel Comics. True or false?
I'm gonna say false. Good thing I like that 100.
The answer is it is true.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
You still have control, though.
Oh, right. Okay, Civil War 2 for 800.
This Marvel character kills James Rhodes / War Machine during Civil War 2.
Nobody read Civil War 2. Me.
I barely remember that Civil War 2 happened.
I'll bite me. Was it Thanos?
No.
He also kills She-Hulk in the same battle.
I see.
Yeah. All righty. Let's hit Civil War for 400.
Okay. The catalyst of Civil War 2.
Oh, goodness gracious. Do we have to name them?
I'll give it to you if you say...
Okay, how about this? The catalyst of Civil War 2 was that there was an inhuman who came about having clairvoyance. He could see the future. And so Captain Marvel was like, hey, we should use him. And Iron Man was like,
the precog storyline.
Yeah. And then Iron Man was like, no, we can't. We can't force him into slavery. Neither one of them mentioned, well, okay, but you do know there's
people
like
have to actually commit crimes
million other clairvoyances, but there you go.
I'm giving it to you because I don't know the name.
What is Euless Kane being able to predict? But yeah, I knew the predict the future thing. It's dumb as he's not the only precog. All right.
Well, no, but the really dumb part is the philosophical issue of, and this is already done in Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, I believe. People actually have to commit crimes before you can try them for crimes they.
I think you're talking about Minority Report.
Yeah. Thank you, Minority Report.
You're right about the fact that what are you going to do? He's going to see a crime, and then you're gonna go. Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
Preemptively
so,
arrest them so they can't do it.
Wouldn't a quicker answer have been Captain Marvel's a dick?
Yes.
Well, I mean, yes, but that's
for Civil War.
Civil War for 600.
Closing
yeah,
out the
let's close it
category.
Close it out.
Hawkeye kills this Marvel character during Civil War too.
Me.
Go ahead.
Nobody else is going to answer this one. It's the who is the Hulk or Bruce Banner?
Wait, what?
While Hulk is Bruce Banner, Hawkeye sneaks up behind him and puts an arrow.
Okay, so he wasn't powered at the time. Okay,
Right.
that makes it less egregious. I was just trying to figure out in my head what arrow could he possibly have used.
Let's go with Captain America 200.
Steve Rogers was born on this day.
Me?
Go ahead.
What is July 4th?
Captain America throws his mighty shield.
I guess stick with the category for the next highest amount.
Okay, it's 400.
Yep.
Captain America trained this depowered Avenger in martial arts.
Depowered. Meaning they had powers and they lost powers.
Right.
Who is Captain Marvel?
You win some, you lose some.
I was just trying to think of who lost powers that Steve would be close enough to
Yeah,
actually.
that's what I'm thinking, and I'm just not finding it. I don't know. How about you, MK?
I guess I'll get the Hulk.
You gonna guess the Hulk?
Yeah, I'll go with the Hulk.
Like he taught Bruce Banner. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah,
So
I'm just trying to-
you want to reveal the answer?
Was that right?
No, it's not right.
Who is Tony Stark?
Yeah, well, he wasn't depowered. He's
Yes, he
non-powered.
He had no powers to begin with. What
Yes,
the
he
hell?
was. He was depowered when he lost his armor.
Okay, I'm gonna I question that semantically because I would say he never had powers to begin with, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dalton, I would admit that you are slightly more intelligent than me. I got it.
There you go. Okay, so let's go to the last.
Chinese.
Okay, the
now
last-
we're on the last question. Let's see if the guys can catch up.
Okay. And the last question is Captain America was once these universal monsters.
Me.
Go for it.
What is a werewolf?
It's plural.
That's why we all remember Captain America Werewolf, but I don't I don't remember the other ones who was.
No, that's one.
He was two of those. Then the other one would be was also a vampire.
There you go.
Alrighty. See, there you go. That's comic book Jeopardy. A lot of fun.
Was that one Capula?
Right.
I don't know. But
If you guys want to play sometime, just say the word. We'll play some Jeopardy.
that last category was the joke category since you all care so much about Vita.
What were the end scores? How badly did I lose?
You didn't lose.
You did pretty respectable. England got 4,600. You got 22. MK did a respectable 1,500.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go, guys.
I can be still lost, but
We're
okay.
just
It's at
happy
least
to
not
have
shameful.
you, Rachel.
If you're interested in playing sometime, just say the word. Trust me, I don't play a lot. In all honesty, I don't like playing against any. I like it; it's fun, but I prefer to play against say Eric and Maranya. No offense to Dalton and MK.
I meant that one was kind of more of a brain board.
Yeah, we're a little bit older, have more experience reading, and we've seen more. So, I think Eric and Maranya would even say that we might be afraid of playing against Paolo.
Yes, I would be afraid against.
He'd probably stomp us like a freaking narc at a biker rally.
Well,
It might not be a clean fight.
We'd make him answer the questions in his sixth language because he was 5.
Right, to make it a little easier. But yeah, if you guys ever want to play, just say the word. We'll jump on. We'll get some categories going, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I was going to say if you want to do the final Jeopardy question.
Oh no, well, I don't. It wouldn't help. I could bid 100 and it's done. So yeah, save it for a rainy day.
Yeah, I got a couple of good ones to get for these questions.
But hey, kids, once again, this is the real one. Thanks for hanging out with us. The auction's going to be on Monday. Tomorrow, you got your Geeky Puppet stuff with the Geeky Puppet Show, where they're doing readings and all sorts of stuff. Extreme Movie Show, usually around 7, does a movie review. Dalton and I probably should get together and review Cocaine Bear. It's been a couple of weeks. Yeah. I am really not interested in seeing Creed. I know it's the new movie out. Do we have to? I saw Rocky 3. I've got the box set now. I can see it again. Do I have to watch Creed? Yeah, check that channel out. Check the movie channel out for new stuff. Once again, over on Old Man Comics, me and Maranya recorded a pretty good Mandarin video. Check that one out as well, please.
Which was the most powerful and which was the least powerful.
There you go. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. You kids have a great time.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
It's clock.